Gentlemen and guns coming. My dad's home and he's doing podcasts, everybody.
Do you listen to my podcast, Isla?
Yeah. I also like Radio Lab.
Really? Do you know who today's guest is?
It's Brendan Schaub.
Do you know what he is? He's a mixed martial artist. Do you know what that
And
is?
a football player.
He's an ex-football player, too. He fights in the UFC, and he's got a hit podcast called The Fighter and the Kid.
This is
Super, I don't know. Let me see. Here, have a seat right there. I'm trying to... I named all my... you're not going to probably like this because you are in MMA, but I named the GoPro Hero 4's his camera, so I named one of them Kimbo Slice.
That's awesome.
Obsessed with Kimbo Slice.
Are you?
I was, for a very long time.
He's the man, right?
He was the guy...
Great dude, too, man.
Really?
Yeah, I was on the Ultimate Fighter with him.
I watched that season.
Yeah.
Is that when you fought Roy Jones?
Roy Nelson.
Roy Nelson,
on
I mean?
the finale, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man. Kimbo was my boy, man.
Wow.
I still text him here and there. I'm trying to get him on our show.
Oh, dude, that would be a fucking...
Beast, right?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to hold the mic.
Okay.
Or you can just talk into it like that. I think my levels are hot as fuck. Go ahead, talk into it.
1, 2, 3, Kimbo Slice.
Perfect, yeah. So, I think all this shit's recording. I'm finally trying to take this to the next level and put video. Joe's kind of fucking...
He's a beast at it, man.
You and him make me laugh so fucking hard. You have no idea. You really do. Because when you said, don't make me suck my dick out of the...
Oh, don't make me fuck my way out of here.
I fucking was howling laughing.
Silly, man. I get all those references from movies.
Really?
Yeah, most of them. You know, it's from movies or some... You know, I grew up on Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey.
How old are you?
30.
God, you're young. God, you're 12 years younger than me. So funny. I feel like because we're both in the same circle of podcast genre that we're because I feel like Callan and I are the same age, but Callan's probably like older than me.
Callan's 48.
Callan's 48.
Callan's 48. Refers to himself as the kid.
That's fucking irony.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. The first day I met him, he's like, what's up, man, Brian? I'm like, oh, cool. He's like, they call me the kid. I thought he was joking. I was like, yeah, all right, kid. I'm like, how old are you? He's like, at the time I met him, he's 45. I was like, well, you're 45, but we'll go with it, man.
What? How did you guys meet?
Callan and I met on the set of The Ultimate Fighter. I was a coach on there. They brought me in as a guest coach.
Yeah.
And he knew Nate Marquardt. It was the Shane Carwin, Roy Nelson season.
Roy Nelson's an interesting fucking guy.
Both of them are interesting, but the season was super. It was like the worst season ever. Low ratings, not very much talent. I think the best talent that came out of there was Neil Magny. Anyways, but so Brian knew Nate, and then Shane and Nate are my boys, so they brought me in to teach the guys jiu-jitsu and help them train. And they brought Brian in to like make the guys laugh because you're in the house for 6 weeks.
So they just brought him in.
They brought Brian into like comic relief, and Brian ended up trying to give like an inspiring speech, which everyone's like, "Come on, bro." I was like, for sure. I don't even know at the time. I was like, for sure, tell a joke, like make everyone laugh, man. But then we hit it off, and it just so happened I was moving to LA 2 days after that, and I knew no one. I just moved out here on a whim. I need to switch things up.
From Colorado?
Yeah, from Denver, and came out here, and Cal was like, oh, well, let's hang out, and then took me under his wing.
My production company's from where you grew up in Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice, man.
I saw that. My cousin went to dinner with you one night. My cousin's friends with Brian.
Oh,
Brian's
nice.
just such an eclectic guy that he's got. It's him and Joe are interesting guys. I aspire to be more like that. However, I'm too maybe social anxiety ridden.
Really?
Yeah, I think in real life, like out there, I can be loud as fuck and I can get on stage and none of that bothers me and I can fuck around and be loud and drink and have a great time. But in real life, when it comes to intimacy, like Brian and Joe can forge friendships with people that they find interesting
for sure
in an honest way, and I can't do that.
Really?
I had a really hard time reaching out to you because I had listened to you on the Fight Companion.
Yeah.
And I've never laughed harder at a podcast.
Oh, I appreciate it.
It's never been more genuine a group. It's never been more the definition of what a podcast should be. Because there's you, Joe, Eddie, And that's all I really remember out of that group. I forget who else was there, but it was like you guys were really genuinely talking about the sport. You were talking about it from an insider's point of view, and you were all talking about it as a group of friends, fucking with each other, not letting anyone be too serious, however, respecting each other's space. And I told Joe that, and then I listened to you and Callan. By the way, you were right about the fucking you were the big dick thing. You're accurate.
You're accurate.
I listened to it. You know that you were off just a tad bit. So what it was whatever socioeconomic class is lower has always been given the moniker of having a big dick. So it was the Jews originally by the Egyptians. They said the Jews have big dicks. It's a way to call them savages and beasts and animals. White people did it to black people. They did it to the British did it to the Irish. And
it was frowned upon, right?
It's frowned upon to have a big dick. Like, they're fucking beasts. I heard that, and everyone's like, no way.
Everyone jumped on me.
Yeah, and I was fucking like... I was on your side. I'm jogging around the park going, no, he's right.
He's right.
You want to call in and be like, no, he's on to something.
No, he's on to it, man. It's true. If you had a big dick, it was frowned upon.
Yeah.
Not these days. The thing is Brian and Joe are very smart guys, so most people are like, no, man, I'm telling you it's right. But with them, I was like, all right, maybe Joe knows something that I don't, so I'm just going to sit back. But that's why we get along, man. It's just, we can bust each other's chops, and Brian's usually lying or making a story up 90% of the time, so I think it's fun for him, man. And those fight companions, I think the reason they do so well is because people feel like, they're just sitting with a group of guys who know what the hell they're talking about, and it's fun.
Well, it's true. It's when you guys, whenever you guys, and your podcast, The Fighter and the Kid, is obviously a sports podcast. I wouldn't say it technically as a sports podcast, but it is. It's deemed a sports podcast, which is genius. I should have fucking done cooking. Yeah. I'd have fucking owned the territory.
Destroying it.
Fucking Alton Brown can't hold a candle to this podcast.
Because the thing is, in comedy, man, that's where all the monsters are. You're there, Rogan's there, Mark Maron's there. I mean,
and then you get someone brand new, like Christina Pajinski puts out That's Deep, Bro, and it shoots the skyrockets. So I want to come out with a new podcast. I was talking to Joe about it called The Dreamweaver, or The Dream Machine.
Really?
Because I dream really extensively. Like
on supplements?
I am on supplements right now because I'm not drinking. But usually I got into lucid dreaming pretty heavily, and now I can take a dream. I can unwind it. Like last dream I woke up with and kind of back end it and figure out the first dream that started it and weave you through all of them.
What?
And last night I got into the situation where at the end of the dream, my wife had these 4 dudes in a Jeep, and I had started it. We were all taking flying lessons, and we'd fucking, it's based on Harrison Ford's thing that he got in a plane crash.
Yeah.
We all take flying. They're getting in the Jeep, and this one guy was talking like a dick to me. He was like, you want to fucking start something? And I was like, and I woke up because I got pissed. I woke up and I went back to sleep. I said, I'm not done with this fucking guy. But what I did, it was very simple. I just had conversations in my brain as I was laying in bed with what I was saying to this guy, what I was going to say to this guy. I went right back in. All of a sudden, I'm Mardi Gras, and I see him talking to a chick.
What?
And he doesn't recognize me. I go, oh, I'm going to fucking light this dude up. But then I was like, I don't want that shit.
I don't want that shit. Yeah. In a dream. I can't tell you the last time I remembered a dream.
Seriously?
The last time I remember a dream is probably when I'm in training camp. I have dreams of the fight. That's about it.
Really?
I never remember dreams, man, ever. Is that an issue or
no? It's a lot of people. It might be deep sleep.
I'm gonna sleep deep.
Really?
Yeah, I would assume.
I don't. Do you have like a Fitbit or anything?
No.
Oh, yeah. I guess people that really train probably don't count their steps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, did I throw up at the end of the day?
1,100 steps today. Yeah. No.
No. I don't sleep very deep. I have like sleep apnea, so I think I just
in and out
the whole time, and so I think people who probably train hard and actually sleep, like to their body recovers.
Yeah.
I think they go into this like not psychosis, but probably this deep hibernative sleep that they don't dream. Their brain's out and their body's
out. Wake up, don't remember anything.
Do you have a problem sleeping?
No, not at all.
You put your head down on the pillow and just go to sleep?
Done. Yeah.
Wait,
I'll lay down at 10, wake up at 8 a.m. every day.
Hold on. You just put your head on a pillow and go to sleep?
And I'm out. I'm out, man.
Like, how do you decide when to go to sleep?
Usually I'll just watch TV in bed. I'm out by 10 or 11.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Unless I'm stressed out or unless I'm like excited about something, then I might, or like the week of a fight, I barely sleep.
Really?
Barely.
What, okay, I want to, because I want to kind of, here's what I want to do. I feel like you're someone that everyone that listens to my podcast definitely knows who you are. But I feel like no one knows everything about you like I didn't. Because like I said, my cousin is friends with Callan, Andrew Hobson. Went to dinner with you guys and a couple Navy SEALs. Yeah. Or like Navy guys, Marines.
Callan says these guys are Navy SEALs, and we can get back to it. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, this guy was on Navy Team 6, SEAL Team 6."
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, how many are there? That's like the 10th guy I've met from. I mean, there's no way.
I thought there were 6.
I thought there were 6. This is the 10th one I've met. This doesn't add up. I'm telling you. Watch him, every single one. Navy SEAL Team 6 right here, man. He's on the mission that took out Osama. I'm like, well, he's the 8th guy I've met, though. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I think they have backups.
He's on the mission that took out Osama.
That's what he told me. Man.
That's great.
Yeah.
So he said to me, I go, yeah, I got Brendan on. He goes, have you read his fucking Wikipedia? I said, no. I just thought he's an Ultimate Fighter. I knew you played like arena football, but I didn't realize you kind of are the golden child when it comes to athletics. Like you were lacrosse, which is, I think, is like as in hockey, probably that's the sport I wish I had gotten into.
Amazing sport. Doesn't get enough recognition.
I wish I'd gotten into lacrosse really bad. I grew up in Florida. We didn't have it.
No, it's not there. Barely there.
Yeah, and I was like, and then I saw you were from Aurora, and I was like, oh, that's where our production company is.
I mean, those are nice words. I think it depends who you ask or who you compare me to. But as far as athletics go, I don't know where to begin. So for me, my dad, like my daycare was sports. Like to keep us busy, we were playing sports. And in Aurora, Colorado, it was predominantly, a black culture. Yeah. So the only way to be cool and not get bullied, you had to be good at sports. And I had an older brother, and he always played basketball, and his friends were playing football. So to fit in, I had to get good at sports. I had to get good really fast. So just to carry my weight, I was chilling with those guys.
That's fucking crazy. So when did you have you're a big fucking dude. When did you have your first growth spurt?
Super late bloomer. I graduated high school at like 6'1", 170 pounds, which isn't huge. Like everyone's like, no, that's a pretty good size dude. In the world of Division I sports, that's not that big. Yeah. Unless you're like a DB or something like that, which I definitely wasn't. I was a tight end. So for me, I really didn't put on weight to probably my sophomore year of college. Then I had like a crazy growth spurt, and I was like 6'3", 6'4", 240.
That's got to be welcomed, like when you're already into sports, having a growth spurt in fucking college.
Mm-hmm. It was tough though, man, because my freshman year in high school, I was just this dominant force, just offense, defense, captain, tearing things up, and then everyone grew. And I still had the same skill sets, but everyone grew, so it was tough to keep up. And then went out for lacrosse, was on varsity as a freshman, and then football and lacrosse were my thing, but everyone kept getting bigger than me. Yeah. So then I was like, man, I don't know what to do. And so that's where I developed the work ethic. Cause
lifting weights at the time?
Lifting weights, running, nonstop.
So this is I think this is where men should go. What were you bench pressing senior year of high school?
Right? Oh my God, I do not remember. Yeah.
Because that's the only time I really remember bench pressing.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Like I remember putting up 225 and feeling like a beat, like 2 plates on, right?
Yeah.
2 plates.
On each side, yeah.
Oh, it was like, I remember that day, I was in khakis, no shirt. Russ Matthews was spotting me, I pushed up 225, and I was like, fuck yeah, and our baseball coach, I was really big into baseball, walked out, and he's like, don't get too fucking big. No one plays baseball too big. And I was still like 165 probably.
Okay, coach. Yeah. Barry Bonds, asshole.
Were you lifting weights heavily in high school?
Since 5th grade, I'd sneak into the high school and start lifting 5th grade. And like, it stunts your growth, which maybe it does, but I was just in there because I had a goal and I was relentless about it.
That's fucking insane. I don't think I've ever been that way. I've been that way about like art, but I don't think I've ever been that way with physicality.
I'm obsessed with it. I still am. This is the first time in my life where I actually can take a break. And it's because of the shows I do and stuff like that. But since I was 10, I've been basically in a training camp, just nonstop. I can't remember the last time I've had a break. From football to lacrosse to fighting, jiu-jitsu, boxing. It's just relentless. In the UFC, there is no off season. So if you're not in the gym getting better, you're getting left behind.
No, what's your? I know you had talked about not. I remember hearing a podcast briefly about you talking about not fighting anymore.
Yeah, with Rogan.
Yeah.
No, I think the takeaway from the Rogan thing, and people are like, oh, Rogan should have done that, and I can't believe you let that air and stuff like that. But you know Rogan well. Rogan's a very good friend of mine, and he's looking out for my best interest. Taking the good from it, what Rogan is saying is you have a successful show, you have a successful podcast, you don't have to get hit in the head, and you can do podcasting and these shows and entertainment for the rest of your life and have kids and a family and not suffer any more brain trauma.
Yeah.
Now he's saying, I don't know if you have the skills to be the champ, and he knows me. I always said if I can't be champ, I don't want to do this anymore. So, oh, you're good, man. I hear you, brother. Right? Like, come on, man.
Dude, your fucking sound shit, man.
I know. I love it. I love it. So
is that? But well, here's the thing. I'll say, and I was thinking about this hardcore. You've done the transition that every athlete has always wished to do. Mm-hmm. You've already done that, and in a weird way, I guess the drive is never going to leave you.
Well, what's happening is the drive's coming over into podcasting entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, ask Callan about my work ethic. Everything you see, the PR tours we'd go on, the T-shirt designs, the shipping, all that.
Abercrombie Fight Club's a great fucking shirt.
I'll get one for you,
That's
man.
a great
brother.
That is a great fucking shirt. I'll tell you why I like that shirt. This is me. I would definitely say I was part of the beginning of this T-shirt game that's going on right now. I'll give you a shirt. I'll give you a shirt that changed. I'm going to say this, and look, I know this is going to come out arrogant.
Bring it.
I created a machine shirt. I got involved with the Russian Mafia when I was a kid and robbed a train.
I read. I read up on it.
And I designed a shirt. I showed it to Joe. Joe liked it. Joe wore it on his podcast and said you should sell them online. Put them online on sale, and that first evening, I made $10,000 on shirts. Within the first week, like half of a week, because we shot on a Wednesday, it was $20,000, and within 3 months, it was over six figures. And I remember telling Ari, and Ari coming to me going, "Who does your shirts?" I remember Rob Snyder going, his assistant calling me and going, "Who does your shirts?" Because we were moving so much fucking product. What I did is I fucking slacked, and I was just selling, shirts on the road like crazy. And I stopped making shirts, and then I made and then they were almost like ego driven. This Abercrombie Fight Club is inside. It's if you wear it and someone sees it, they know what it is, and it's like a fucking nod. It's like an inside joke.
It's funny, right?
Fucking loved it.
Yeah, it's funny, man. With you, it was. I think the biggest thing is the reason why the Fire and the Kids doing so well, especially the merchandise, is just being consistent, man. Just staying on it. And it's an inside gig because I design it. We do all of our shipping out of Denver, out of my brother's house. He's doing all of it. He's exhausted. We pay him, but it's your brother, so he's going to do it. Yeah, right.
I have a grudge.
Yeah, man.
She'll be here in a little bit,
dude. You got to do it all in family. I think so. Just because you can depend on him, not going to steal stuff. So it's just about being consistent. So with your shirt, is there a reason why you just?
I got busy with television and writing my book and doing my TV show in development for a sitcom and writing my book, and I just kind of slacked off.
Legit reason.
I slacked off on my stand up too. I mean, I'm back in stand up as of last week, full time for the summer tour.
And the stand up helps all your stuff, right?
Stand up is like stand-up's like a cleansing. It gets your mind free and lets you start creating. When you're in television, you're so fucking stuck in the forest, you can't see the trees type thing. Like, you're just worried about voiceover and writing scripts and getting copy to the post department so that they can build the show. It's just such a
plus grind. It's not all your creative.
And it's barely my personality at all. I mean, and Travel would say this. It's fun. It's definitely me, and the show's me. But it's not like my stand up, which is an extension of directly who the fuck I am. I'm not talking about my kids but when you do stand up, you kind of just you zone out. You tap out, and you kind of, you get very creative. So you have all new stuff now, I'm assuming now. Yeah, I'm not like those Bill Burr and Rogans. Like, I still put on a good show, but my problem is I've always written on stage. Yeah. I've never not written on stage. Oh, really? So I get bored very easily. Mm-hmm. I've had massive learning disabilities. I never went unchecked. We're noticing that through my daughter and my youngest daughter. What do you mean learning disability? I was dyslexic. I didn't know it. I just never read, and I always just cheated in school. fucking got by and I never
Public schools?
private
Private in Florida?
schools. Yeah, but
It's about the same as public in everywhere else. No, I'm just kidding.
the
man.
all boys Catholic
I'm
high
just-
school.
Yeah,
it was
in
like
Florida.
it was all Cuban.
Yeah.
Saw my first fist fight the first day.
Yeah.
Saw a dude beat up a dude naked in the locker.
That's not your typical private school, my man. Oh, really? You didn't get a stellar education from that? Because they're trying to teach freaking English all day? Yeah. No shit.
We were animals.
Yeah,
I mean,
animals.
fucking racist. I mean, there was like one Puerto Rican kid. They called him the Rican.
Bro, yeah, you can't have that, man. You can't have that.
Richie Alonso
Yeah.
was the Rican. We had a black kid. His name was his brother.
The brother and the Rican. It's
We had
just,
a Native American guy. His name was Chief.
bro, yeah, you can't do that, man. You get worst private school ever.
All my friends are in either drug rehab, running bars. I mean, it's like nuts.
And no one can read and just like, fuck, man.
The dumbest group of people.
Ever. For sure, parents get your money back. Ask for
Our
a
fucking
refund.
sports were through the roof. Though.
Yeah, I bet. Sports kill. That's how it goes, man. Sports killing it.
I went to school at a time when for the pep rallies, the girl. There's a picture I saw online. The girls' school. MC Hammer. I want to say MC Hammer's Can't Touch Us was big.
Hell yeah.
And they came out dressed in blackface.
Bro.
It was before blackface. Before
Bro.
anyone knew that you couldn't do that.
That's the most racist gesture ever.
And there's a picture. I'm not going to say her name, but there's a picture on one of the Academy of the Holy Names, like friends of mine, and it's all them in their cheer, but they all look like Flavor Flav. It's horrible.
Dude, for sure
Oh.
can't do that.
But-
You do that today, your school's getting shut down.
Oh my God. But yeah, boy,
And so you went from there to, you must have done pretty good grade-wise and testing-wise because then you went to Florida State, correct?
I did good. I did horrible in grades. I got C's. I just got by. I did really good on my SATs. I got like a 1350.
There you go.
And so, but I just learned. All you had to learn was math and the English. And I realized in college or in high school that I had a hard time reading. I've always had a really hard time reading. And I had a teacher, the guy that helped me with the SAT, said, "Just go slow." He's like, "You take all the time. It doesn't
No
matter
rush.
if you finish it. It's how many you get right or whatever."
Yeah.
So I just took my time to read. And I would notice I flip words real quickly, and then that changes the whole point of the sentence. So I did real well on SATs. Then when I got to Florida State, Florida State was a fucking cakewalk. It was like fucking. Now you went to Boulder for 2 years, right?
Yeah, also, or 4 years, also.
You went for yeah.
Also a cakewalk.
Oh,
Also a cake. As far as, especially being an athlete.
yeah.
You were fucking Van Wilder. What the hell are you talking about? Forget CU. We were ranked number 1 party school, but
Dude,
you
I
took it to
fucking-
another level, my man.
I took it. I've said to myself, sometimes you have regrets in life. College is one of those things where I have no regrets. I look back and I went, I did college perfect.
Yeah.
Like I did it. I have not one regret about college. I literally go, I did all the shit I needed to do, and I walked out of there going, I'm done. I'm ready for the next phase of my life.
That's awesome.
It's a really fantastic feeling, but I didn't learn anything. I just partied really fucking hard.
All I learned really was obviously is how to play football, but really just how to like deal with stress and keep on going. But as far as like actually learning, no, hell no.
I didn't know. I didn't.
No, because what they do is in the football program, and I've said this before, I take heat for it, but you meet with your class counselor, and they go, okay, well, here's the list of classes. These are the easiest ones to do. These are less time consuming, and the teachers are cool with athletes, so here you go. It's like, damn, man, I'm trying to learn some shit. Like, can we figure this out? But they aren't doing that, man.
I had 2 teachers. I've said this before, but I've said this in my joke, but the Russian teacher, when I took Russian, she said to me, we need 14 kids to teach class. You're the 14th. If you just sit down, I'll give you a C. And I got fucking C's. I had a film class I actually enjoyed, and I was so. And I'm now like I'll be very candid about the times I've been funny in my life. I was so funny in this fucking class that I could not keep the teacher. The teacher would break up laughing.
Yeah.
And he called me one time at home. My buddy Blair was in the class. We drove the class together, and he said, "Miss Kreischer, you're never going to pass this class. You've failed every test." And he goes, "And I'm not going to lie to you. You're a joy to have in class. However, I can't teach a class with you in it because you are disruptive, but not in an unintelligent way." And he said, "So I can't." He goes, "I will just give you a C. Just don't show up."
You're so funny. I'm going to give you a C.
And I went, "Are you?" And I remember my buddy Blair, and like it's like one of those things that a guy in life that you barely ever see anymore. I see once a year in Tampa.
Yeah.
Is the only one that can verify the story. But every time I see him, I bring that up and go, I'm going to call on you one time to fucking pull it.
Instagram it.
Yeah.
Make sure it's legit.
So wait, so did you think this MMA wasn't even really around when you were playing football?
No, it was a little bit. It wasn't as big. The first UFC was in my hometown in 1993, and that's in Denver, and it was, it was a big deal because it was in Denver. I don't think it was that big of a deal around the world or the nation, but because it was in Denver, there was a lot of buzz. And I remember they wouldn't let me watch it. Like, to rent it, you have to be 21 or older. Yeah. And so I have a Uncle Charlie, who I would ditch school and he would rent the UFC VHSs for me. So that's how I got into it. And I knew I wanted to pursue it, but I'm not a violent guy in the least bit. I'm just not. I'm not a mean person. I'm not violent. I'm not vengeful. None of that. So football was kind of my way, because UFC wasn't big. You couldn't really make a living at it at the time when I wanted to get into it. So I just had a knack with football and lacrosse, so I kept with that. Went to college, and during college, I knew it really wasn't a skill thing. It was more of just, I knew football wasn't how I want to live the rest of my life. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. And I told my family that, and probably my junior year, I started to take jiu-jitsu and boxing because I knew I wanted to get into the UFC. And it wasn't, I knew I was at a disadvantage because I didn't start earlier, but my advantage was I was an athlete, which they didn't have a lot in the UFC. Those guys a lot of them are very tough and very skillful, but a lot of them aren't very athletic.
Like the Tank Abbotts?
Yeah. So I knew that with my athletic ability, if I committed to it, I could get pretty far really, really fast. Everyone thought I was crazy because I was leaving football to pursue this fighting career, which, a guy with
But football had been successful. It
depends what you mean successful. Successful as far as college career was good, free agent with Buffalo Bills, Arena League contract offers.
What's that like when you're because like that's the same stuff you see on the HBO series.
What is it? Is it the 24/7? Hard Knocks. Yeah, the Hard Knocks. So the reason Hard Knock works is because you're seeing the butt end of the roster. They're not showing you the all-stars who, a lot of them don't have to work that hard and they make the team. No one's trying to watch that bullshit.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see the struggling guy.
Yeah.
That's being
Danny Amendola.
There you go. That's being a professional athlete. In the UFC, listen, everyone wants to watch Ronda Rousey and John Jones and compare everyone to these two, basically some of the best athletes of our lifetime. That's not realistic. Realistic is the kid on the undercard he's 8 fights deep and hasn't been on the main event yet or main card yet, and he's struggling every day making 60-70 grand a year after taxes and paying coaches. Isn't that much money? Now people say, well, it is. It's not. The amount of time he's spending in the gym, the fights, the sponsors, it's not a lot of money after taxes, and he has to pay management and coaches. It doesn't go that far. So that's the reality of professional sports. Professional sports is the 12th guy on the bench in the NBA.
Is the disparity of income similar from NFL to practice squad to John Jones to say the fucking guy that's just on the bottom of the card on the UFC?
I would say there's a bigger difference between the guy fighting on the prelims in the UFC compared to a guy like John Jones or Ronda, because a guy like John Jones or Ronda are getting pay-per-view percentages.
Really?
That's what a lot of people don't know. A lot of them are getting pay-per-view percentages.
When did that start?
It depends. There's certain criteria you have to meet. There's only like 5 athletes in the UFC that get these pay-per-view percentages. Obviously, you have to be a megastar. You have to be a champion.
Brock Lesnar?
He did at the time. Yeah, he got paid the most ever.
He was a big, and I know you fought his
training partner. Yeah, Chris Tusher. Yeah.
But he was a big deal for the UFC, in my opinion, because
biggest ever.
Really?
I would say. Continue on. Sorry.
No. I would say the same thing.
Brock's the biggest draw and the biggest freak we've ever had. If Brock decided his freshman year of college when he got to Minnesota, if he was like, man, I'm going to wrestle, I'm going to the UFC, he'd be the greatest heavyweight ever in combat sports.
Really?
That's how good of an athlete he is. And you think how big he is, man.
He's massive.
He's massive. Now think if you could take that wrestling and that mentality and he started striking, for years. You gotta realize Brock in his third fight was fighting guys, or second fight was fighting Frank Mir. He fought Randy Couture. He had like 6 fights.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane what he did. So as much as he accomplished in that short amount of time, now think if this guy actually dedicated his life to mixed martial arts.
No, is he done? He's done because of his
He was at the last UFC, and I know he has his contract's up, or he has some sort of contract dispute with the WWE. So, to be honest, I don't know why he would come to the UFC.
Yeah.
If I told you, listen, man, you can fake fight and get paid whatever. I'm sure he's getting bank.
Yeah.
Let's say $10 million a year, or you can come to the UFC. Listen, you haven't fought in 2-3 years. The game moves fast as fuck. There's some monsters. And Cain Velasquez has gotten better. We have a guy, Travis Brown, who's really, really good. So you're going to have to fight these guys and make half the money. Oh, and you have to actually train for this. Who's going to sign up for that?
Yeah.
Huh? The WWE approached me right now. I would be the next fucking Randy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd be the next fucking Macho Man. I would grow my hair out.
Really?
I would get extra tan and fucking come up with a character. Macho Man Randy Savage, everybody. And just some bullshit. It'd be hard to take myself serious, but I would do it.
I'd do it.
I would do it.
I'd do it in a fucking heartbeat.
For sure. Oh, I don't have to spar these monsters and get brain damage every day?
What if they say you got to do steroids to beef up?
Oof,
I do steroids. I have no fucking problem with steroids.
I don't know enough about them. If you gave me a doctor who actually did research,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not getting them from.
But if I'm getting them from Billy, who's greasing the guys up in the back, and he's like, "Here, just inject this in your ass," I'm good, man. I'm gonna pass.
I gave Brian Callahan a shot of steroids in our fucking freshman year. I was like, I remember stopping and going, I probably should not be doing this. And he was like, I don't have anyone else. I was like, all right, here we go.
Hold up. He was doing it for why? Just because he wanted to get
no reason.
Yeah, who knows?
He just wanted to get bigger.
Yeah, it's cool.
I never did steroids, but like all my buddies, everyone did everyone did at least a cycle in Florida.
Really?
Oh yeah.
See, it's funny.
And this is like not growth. I don't know enough about steroids, but like growth is like the healthy one. That's the one Madonna does.
That's the one they say a lot of celebrities do. It makes you look younger.
Yeah.
It's the most expensive one, I think.
Yeah, that's one I'd want to do.
I'm sure you could.
I mean, they were all just doing.
There's so many rejuvenation clinics.
Winstrol was the fucking.
There's so many of those clinics around here this day and age.
Yeah,
they're everywhere, man.
So you'd totally, fucking completely go into WWE. I'd do it.
And again, now I don't have to. I'm saying if I was Brock doesn't either, but if you can not take punishment to the head.
Yeah.
And you can just kind of do these routines where you know the results and stuff like that. You're in front of sold-out arenas, whether it's guys in their 50s with Cheeto fingers in their underwear. Who cares?
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
That's who likes WWE. But if you can do it and get paid, I'm not knocking the living, man.
It's the same. I'm not going to shit on WWE fans because I have a lot of
dude, and they come hard, brother. They come hard.
Oh, yeah,
brother.
they do.
That was my best Hulk Hogan, but, bro, they come fucking at you, man.
They're so committed.
I'm like, damn, bro, I appreciate the hustle. I respect what they do. I'm just saying it's fake.
Yeah.
And if you don't realize that, I can't be your friend.
Or they're like, oh, I see like my buddy Sam Roberts is on Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
And it's not Opie and Anthony anymore. It's Opie and Jim. He's the producer. He's obsessed with it.
It's hard for me to be people's friends who are obsessed with it. Like, if that's what you like, that's cool. But if you're a grown man and you're like, bro, it's going to be interesting to see how John Cena does next Saturday, man. I'm like, well, no, they already know the reason. It's fake, bro. You're 50. It's fake, man. You know what I'm saying?
As opposed to what is like, I can't watch boxing anymore. I have no interest in boxing.
Really?
I have no interest in boxing. I don't care for Floyd Mayweather. I don't care for him. I feel like there are certain aspects of his personality that are being overlooked that would not be overlooked in any other sport. For example, spousal abuse. Like, I mean,
that's an issue.
Yeah, well, he's like definitely beating up women. I mean, like
he's had like 8 cases
allegedly.
Well, he's had a bunch of lawsuits against him, right?
Yeah, and it's like, and there's still, and there's, and I like the game. I like the fucking showmanship that he does, and I love watching, him on now it's on Showtime.
Yeah,
I love watching
the
that. I like watching that. I liked watching Ricky Hatton.
Ricky Hatton, yeah.
I liked watching it. The fight I don't give a fuck for because it just seems fixed. It seems like there's no real. Floyd can win on decision, and it just decisions. And I'm sure as a fighter, you're like, yeah, you have a different perspective on decisions. At the end of a decision, I feel like unless it's overwhelming that the guy won, but on these weird split decisions, like where it's like he won, and I'm like, well, that was really close. You got to give it to both of them. They both are still standing. The thing I love about a UFC is so many of them end in fucking victory.
Because there's so many ways to lose in the UFC.
Yeah,
and you got to realize the pinnacle of boxing right now is Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. These are small guys.
Yeah.
147 pounds. It's like 145 pounds. These are small athletes. So
are there any fucking heavyweights left?
Klitschko and then that Deontay Wilder, who's like freaking 34-0 in all knockouts. He's a beast. But the Klitschko, Vladimir Klitschko's running things, but we don't hear about him because one, he's not that exciting. Two, there's not a ton of heavyweights in the world, and he's just dominating. He hasn't lost in like 10 years or something like that, man.
So you boxed?
Yeah.
What would you if you had to? Like I've done improv comedy and I've done stand up. So I'll give an example and then you do that for fighting and boxing. Improv comedy is a lot of people using tricks that have worked before and very few people are actually improving. And so that's why I'm not really that into it. Comedy is those tricks, but no one's fucking faking it. And when the wheels come off, it's all over the map. It is a live art, and it's just you. You can't throw the ball to someone else.
Yeah.
That's why I love stand-up comedy and not improv.
Yeah.
So tell me what the way you feel about boxing versus UFC.
See, I always think people they put them against each other. There's no reason to choose. I think boxing has been around a lot longer, so the art form is a lot better. It's a lot finer. It's just come along long ways. It's a lot more well polished. You're seeing, Floyd Mayweather has, I think where they list him at 56-0 or something like that. You got to remember he had 300 fights before that. So
yeah, but here's the problem, and this is what I respect about in the UFC is. I'll say you guys, but you guys have made it so that there's no fucking Santa Claus. You said we're all fucking badasses and we really fight. And just like in any fight, you don't know. Sometimes you fucking lose. And in boxing, they patty cake these schedules.
It's true.
So it's like 56-0. Well, I guarantee you 48 of those
for sure
were very easily. But when you fight,
I think that's good and bad because mixed martial arts is so new. There's not a huge amateur program. Like for me, I had 3 fights and I was fighting Roy Nelson with 30 and former world champ. Like who fucking sanctioned that? I had no business being in there. Huh? Who sanctioned that? It was like, what? They're like, oh yeah, man, sweet. You went on to feed in the house. Here's Roy Nelson. I'm like, well, yeah, I have 3 fights though. Is that? You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. And then 6 months after that, I'm fighting Gabriel Gonzaga, just this veteran. I'm like, oh, cool. I have 5 fights. Yeah, we'll figure it out. In front of, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you get pushed into the spotlight.
It's like, wait till I was 10.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, I guess.
Wait.
You play football. You'll figure it out. Well, can I have a helmet? Absolutely not. Get out there.
What's that feel like? 3 fights and you're fighting Roy Nelson. What's that feel like?
I thought I was going to win. 100%. I thought I was going to win. And, confidence is a huge thing in fighting. You can tell when guys' confidence start to waver. And in any sports, people take cocky and confident they mistake the two. There's a big difference. And I was confident I was going to win. I 100% thought I was going to win. Thought I was going to win.
Roy Nelson's cocky.
Roy Nelson can be cocky in our fight. I think... before he fought me, he fought Andrei Arlovsky, he fought Ben Rothwell. So a kid with 3 or 4 fights fighting him, it's for him, it's like whatever, man.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. We've both went on, had great UFC careers. It's been good. We had a good season.
I like him. He's like the John Daly of UFC.
And he has a huge fight coming up. He's fighting in Dallas on the Pettis Dos Anjos card, and he's fighting Alistair Overeem.
Really?
Overeem, if you know Overeem, he's the big kind of muscle bound. He's tested positive for PEDs before, so I think everyone's rooting for Roy on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got an everyman feel to it, but that fight I'm almost certain I watched that whole season.
Yeah.
And there's just
Your favorite was Kimbo.
I loved Kimbo.
For sure. I think everyone did.
Well, I discovered Kimbo for me, like I didn't discover him, but like I discovered Kimbo before anyone knew who Kimbo was. Like,
because you're from Florida.
Because I'm from Florida, and I used to watch knockout videos all the time. That's all I did. I said it to the other. I might do this for a podcast. But I put up my YouTube on the thing with my buddies the other night, and I said, I want to see you go through YouTube. I want to see how a pedestrian does it, because I'm a pro.
Yeah,
like I know what I'm looking for, and I call it vine swinging, because I go from one video to the next, to the next, to the next, and then find out where I end up.
Yeah,
and I discovered Kimbo Slice, and I watched all those fucking videos, and I called Tom Segura, and I said, you got to watch these fucking videos. And then I was in Miami that next week, and I started talking about Kimbo Slice on radio. And I'm in Miami. None of the dudes on radio knew who he was. I was like, you got to see this Kimbo Slice. I was obsessed with him. I was talking to him on stage. I offered him free tickets on radio to come to my show because I was obsessed with the guy. I'd watch his videos over and over and over again because there is something extremely primal that connects with every man, despite where you are on the alpha, beta, gamma scale of watching someone get their ass kicked who feels like they're not going to get their ass kicked.
Yeah, especially the way he was doing it, because the hype didn't come out around him, and so he was able to take these fights. But once it came out, guys were like, "Oh hell no!" Then he had like this aura around him. That he's just this monster. And this is the thing about Kimbo. You watch those videos, you're like, "Oh, he's just some thug, just some." Kimbo, I was on the show with him. When I'd get bored in the house because we were forced in the house, no magazines, no phone, no TV, no form of entertainment. My entertainment was going to talk to Kimbo. He'd tell me stories. He taught me how to fight if I ever got a knife fight. He taught me how to make barbecue sauce. And he's a family guy. He has kids, man, a wife. He's a beast, man.
He's
a genuinely good dude. Just a good person.
Yeah.
And he's fighting soon. You know that?
No.
He's fighting Ken Shamrock in Bellator.
What?
Yeah.
He's fighting Ken Shamrock?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh,
another family I'm obsessed with is the fucking Shamrocks.
Yeah.
Frank Shamrock, Ken Shamrock.
Yeah.
I watched, maybe I must have watched, sometimes I'll drink a bottle of wine and just start watching. And I must have watched a documentary on Frank trying to reconnect with Ken. And
they didn't grow up together. People think they grew up together. They didn't.
The head Shamrock was just adopting troubled youths.
Yes.
Much like there's another family that did that. Or maybe it's just the Shamrocks I'm thinking of.
No, there's another family that did that, but you're right.
And so he was bringing them in, and I guess they had a fucking falling out. I don't know who was right in that whole thing.
Yeah, but
I know
they're both adopted. They're not blood brothers.
Yeah, they're both adopted.
Yeah.
But I think Frank was a little more independent, and Ken was a little more like fucking military.
For sure.
And I think
his thing fighting in Bellator, he's 50.
He looks amazing.
He looks pretty good.
He
looks pretty good.
And he's fighting Kimbo Slice.
Interesting, right?
It's going to be a great fight. I'll fucking watch that.
Yeah. I mean, if it was 2004, I'd be all over it, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Bellator does, man.
What are the different things? There's leagues. There's UFC, there's Bellator.
There's really only two.
Just UFC and Bellator?
Really? Yeah, I mean, and there's UFC and then there's everyone else. It's like, it's not even close. There's like there's the NFL, and then there's NFL Europe, and there's the CFL. Is anyone really watching it? But the Bellator is doing better. I'll give them that. Their ratings are doing better. They're signing bigger guys. The production's getting better. They have a guy named Scott Coker who created and brought Strikeforce from nothing to this huge kind of monster, which the UFC bought. And then Scott Coker was under a contract with the UFC. He just got out of that contract. Now he's with Bellator. So Scott Coker's the man behind this gig, and he's a dangerous dude to be playing against, I think. So it's good for the fighters, though. The better Bellator does, the better for everyone in the UFC. Because not everyone.
The purses raise?
As far you want competition. So you want to be able to go, all right, my contract's up. Listen, Bellator, UFC's offering me this. What will you guys give me? Hopefully they have the backing where they can make a significant offer.
That's fantastic. That's
because we don't have that right now.
It's just you. Well, I mean, it's just UFC for me. Like I don't watch Bellator and I don't watch anything else other than UFC, and I just get the fights. Like I got off stage early the other day to watch the Rousey fight. That's fucking rare.
Yeah.
That I was like, I'm not going to do an hour 30.
Yeah.
I'm doing an hour, and I'm getting off stage to watch Ronda Rousey fight, and then I got off, and it was already on Instagram.
Yeah.
The whole fucking fight.
14 seconds. Yeah.
Fucking amazing. I don't know if Instagram should pay her. She spiked that company's stock
just by doing that,
by
right?
winning a fight
An
in
entire
14
fight
seconds.
in 14 seconds.
I fucking put it online, and then one of the Gracies fucking was
Henner.
like, yeah,
I think it was Henner, right?
I fought Henner. I fought Henner, Horian, and what is Henner's brothers?
Hiron, Halleck.
I fought Hiron, Halleck, and Henner one day, and then
You follow or fought?
fought them.
What do you mean fought them?
Fucking fought them. They beat me up, but I fought them.
What do you mean fought? Define fought.
Like took a swing at him. I had a knife. Hold on. Yeah. It's 100% true. It was for TV.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm sorry.
oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God! I was like, bro, Henner's my head coach, man.
Wait, Henner's like probably he's got to be 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, Henner. Yeah, I've got a video of it.
Okay, it was
it's
on
online.
TV.
It's online.
But you weren't actually trying to hurt them.
No, Henner choked me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Henner choked me out. And I think Henner choked me out. I don't remember. I got choked out. Have you ever been choked out?
Never to sleep.
It's terrifying. I don't know. I shouldn't tell you that. That matters.
So you were shooting like a bit with them on TV?
Yeah, I met Horian. Completely offended Horian in an interview. Told him that if I was in the UFC, I'd be putting fingers up butts and grabbing balls, and he just did not know what to say. And he was like,
I feel
okay, let's get you.
anyways,
Let's get you rolling.
yeah.
So
put a gi on, man.
So I put a gi on, although I called it a kimono.
Yeah.
And then they taught me a bunch of moves and just basically, I mean, it looks a lot more structured than it was. Basically, they just threw me around and fucking tapped me out for about
Beat you up.
every type of tap out you could, like fucking ankle, knee, elbow, shoulder, fucking threw me, then choked me out. And it was like 4 of them. I don't even think Horian was fighting. I think it was just the 3 brothers.
So then I'd been Hiron, Henner, and Halleck. I'd assume. What TV show? It was for your TV show?
I'll show you a picture of them, and you can tell me which ones it was. I had a show
great.
called Hurt Bert on FX. I kind of cornered the market when I was younger in like hosted reality extreme shows. If that makes any sense. So like I was a rodeo clown.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was a rodeo clown. I was a MMA fighter.
How'd it go?
It was no one watched it, but it's amazing fucking footage. Like if you see these, you're like, shut the fuck up. Like I got mauled by a bull, like literally.
It's weird. You'd think that would get picked up and be huge, right?
It was before.
You never know though.
It was
right?
no. It was before. It was before what we now know to be viral videos.
Yeah.
So it was like people wanted to see 11-minute stories. Hurt Bert, Gracie. So, but Horian was really nice. He was like, I have anxiety. Joe's told me this too. I have anxiety, and Horian's like, why don't you come train? He's like, it'll get rid of it. He's like, you fighting another person really kind of dials it back because it's like the ultimate form of.
I feel like it'd increase anxiety. But maybe I'm old school. It's just the only thing that gives me anxiety.
After I got choked out, I was not cool. Like
no shit.
I would lay in bed and go, and for no way at all. Like it was.
Where do you think your anxiety comes from? Because you're a successful dude. A lot of people get it. Like I get anxiety from going broke.
Oh really? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's never fucking bothered me.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I've always thought money will show up.
Me too.
I go, money will show up. It's not. I don't like my wife's. Did you grow up? You grew up with money, I'm sure. Not money, but like middle class.
Yeah, lower middle class. Yeah, I didn't grow up rich.
I didn't grow up rich. My sisters grew up rich. My dad made money as soon as I left. He started making money right after my second junior year, first senior year in college. My dad started making money, but I didn't grow up with that. I grew up with like a dad who was was always barely making ends meet. Mm-hmm. But we lived nice. We lived in a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah.
In North Tampa, not the nice part of Tampa, but it was a nice house. We had a big yard. Mm-hmm. We had and I got a car when I was 16, but it wasn't the one I wanted. But my sister's got the
one
ones
I wanted. Yeah.
I was like,
Your sister got a Beamer.
I wanted a Sirocco, and I got a Fox. And so, but I never. I don't know why the fucking internet's not working. But anyway, so yeah, I never grew up like rich, but I don't know where my anxiety comes from. I know that I've done more stuff in the past probably 2 years that would alleviate it and has alleviated it a tad bit, but it's
always going to be there.
Yeah, like
do you see someone for it?
No.
Well, that might help.
I got harnessed into Top Fuel Dragster, like fucking going 150 in 3 seconds, 150 miles per hour in 3 seconds. They harness you in 5-part harness, helmet on, neck brace on. Helmet's got a visor. Helmet's strapped on. I mean, you're everything's tight as fuck.
Yeah.
5-point harness has 2 wrist handles that are harness your hands so you can't move your hands.
This for the show, or
this is for another TV show that I do on Travel Channel. And as soon as I got harnessed in, I went. And I'm in a flame retardant suit that's tight, and I'm just like, I just had a moment of fucking pure anxiety, like pure. Have you ever had like a real anxiety attack, like a panic attack?
Not really. I was going to jump off this cliff, and everyone did it before me. I'm afraid of heights, and it was so high up. I just remember like, man, this is not, I just remember being like, this isn't smart, man. This isn't smart. Like my spidey sense went off.
Here,
I was like, I can't
pull up this fucking video, but take a look at this. This is the other fucking day in Africa. Oh, shit. This is the other day in Africa. This is me jumping off Moses Mabhida Stadium.
This is in Africa?
Yeah, this is in Africa.
You look scared.
Dude,
you look
tell
scared.
me if that doesn't look like scary look faces.
You look scared as shit.
I'm terrified. It's 550 feet.
Those guys look trustworthy for sure.
Oh, can I tell you something? Growing up in Colorado, didn't it seem like every guy that put a harness on you ever in your entire life was like some hippie white guy? And then I got 2 fucking brothers. You know what my youngest daughter said when she saw this? She goes, "Is that the Wu-Tang Clan?" I said, no. So this is the fucking jump. This feeling is fucking spectacular. That feeling's fucking spectacular.
Ugh, I don't get down with that stuff.
You don't like heights?
No.
Would you jump out of a plane?
No, never.
Never?
No, I do. I always do. I always tell people this. Like, I went to Costa Rica, and there was like this bungee jump thing.
Yeah.
And it looked very jerry-rigged and not very, like, not very safe. And I just, like, jumping out of a plane, pros and cons. What's the pro? What's the best thing that's going to happen? You jump out of a plane, you get an adrenaline rush, you fly through the air.
I'll tell you
that's
what
cool.
I'll tell you what it is.
What's the con? What's the con,
bad.
bro? What's the con? My parachute doesn't open. I hit the earth face first at 1,000,000 miles an hour and die.
With the dude strapped to your back?
Yeah, some dude just balls deep in my back. Yeah. So pros and cons, man.
That's how a hiker is going to find me, with some dude fucking me into the earth.
Just
Bert wanted
raw
cock
deep.
so bad.
Just deep. Why is his back all purple and bruised? That was a man's dick.
I'll tell you the pro. Now, look, I don't like skydiving. I've done it a few times. I'm not a big fan. I'll do it again, only because here's the pro is, do you know that feeling that you get when you after you fought a fight and you're in your locker room and everything's over and you're like,
yeah,
and you've never been calmer in your entire life, and you're just like, when you're like, all the training, all the anxiety, all the sleeplessness, all the nerves, all the fucking fight, I don't feel beat up. I feel like it's over.
Yeah.
Like, that calm is the pro. And that calm and that feeling
Again,
of like,
not worth it to me, bro.
But it's what it is that's, and I'm not the same calm. I can't say the same calm because I've never fought in the MMA in the UFC, but it's that same calm for $120, and there's no training.
See, I think and don't take this the wrong way. I think for civilians, it's a good, like, it makes sense.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like, Do you like shooting guns? Do you get a high from shooting guns or playing paintball or anything like that?
Not paintball, but yeah, shooting guns. I have fun shooting guns.
Does nothing for me.
Really?
Nothing. I've had the coolest guns, and I just went, oh, poo, okay, cool, man, and then just like walked off. That stuff does nothing for me, man.
Do you think you've broken your governor with
I do.
a life of just...
Now I live a very dark, depressed life. No, it's just like once you get that high, it's like certain stuff doesn't, like violence. Like I won't go to the movies and see Expendables 19, watch them blow up shit and all this testosterone. Like I don't want to see that, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather learn something or watch. I'm going to take some heat for this, or watch a romantic comedy, something that's completely opposite. When you're fighting dudes all day and rolling with dudes all day, I don't want to come home and jump out of planes and fucking shoot guns and be freaking, you know what I'm saying?
Now, when you watch UFC fights, do you end up like? Are you the guy that's like your arm involuntarily moves and you start getting?
If it's a friend fighting, yeah, then I'm super into it. Now I really watch it. You know, it's kind of my job. You know, like breaking some of the fights down and just staying current with it. But if I wasn't involved in the UFC somehow in entertainment or fighting, I probably wouldn't watch it.
Really? It's sad that the UFC isn't like Benjamin Buttons in the sense that at your third fight, you're fighting massive fights. Now, how many fights have you had? Like 12?
12 in the UFC.
12 in the UFC?
And then, 12 in the UFC.
15 total?
12 in the UFC, 4 before that, and then 3 on Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah. So, but now your MMA game is probably at its height as far as breaking down a fight, breaking down a fighter,
for sure.
Looking at things, but then in a weird way, and I'm not in the same agreement as maybe Joe is.
Yeah.
But that's Joe's opinion. And I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Joe knows everything much more than I do.
No, bring it, man.
But like now, I feel like now's when you do step up and you go. And I'm sure that's what sticks in your head is you're like, but now's when I got all the fucking knowledge.
I agree. Yeah,
and I'm still young, and I still fucking can train.
Yep.
And I'm not missing a beat. I'm hanging intellectually with some of the top comics in the world, and I'm being able to fucking converse with them. So I don't feel like I'm in that point where I'm at a deficit.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Yeah,
and is that the thing?
You hit it right in the head, man. For me, I just feel like, building my brand as far as the Fire and the Kid and the shows go, and going on Rogan and coming on here, that goes a long ways. And this is setting myself up for when I do fight. I mean, the amount of fans and support I get now is insane, just because of this podcast stuff. The only reason, I was pretty well-known fighter before I started doing podcasting, but the amount of support I get now is literally insane. And even if I didn't want to fight again, I have to. You should see the messages I get. I'll send you some. You should see the message I get from people that say, listen, man, I know you're going through hard times right now. I listen to the Rogan one. I get inspired through you. With you being able to keep going, I keep going. Stuff like this all day long. Nonstop messages. So for me, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me, man.
Tell me if this connects with you at all. And this is going to sound, but this is where I'm at. Obviously, I'm a big drinker, and I think, I don't necessarily enjoy doing shots. I don't actually understand shots. Someone give me a shot of whiskey when I'm drinking a glass of whiskey, and they're like, "Do a shot with me." I'm like, "I'm already sipping it. I don't need it to get in there faster."
Yeah.
However, and tell me if you think this is at all connective, but I feel like people, and not to use lofty terms, need their heroes. They need you almost end up becoming the guy. I feel like I've become the guy that when people have a Friday night and they've paid $140 to bring their friends to come see me do stand-up, I'm letting them down if I don't do a shot with them at the end of the fucking night.
For sure.
I feel like if I don't go up on stage, take my shirt off and go fucking full tilt for an hour plus, then I haven't given it to them. And if I don't walk on stage and kill a fucking beer, or if I don't go out and hang out with them after night and go to the world of beers and have a fucking cocktail and have a genuine conversation with a guy who's a real fan, I feel like I haven't done my job. I want Keith Richards to do heroin.
Yeah.
I want him to play guitar and live forever. I don't want him to die, but I want him to do that. I don't want him to be like, I'm clean and sober and I'm into yoga.
Yeah.
I want my heroes the way I want my heroes.
For sure.
The same way I want my morning breakfast is at a diner.
Yep.
I don't go to the diner and get cottage cheese and
egg whites.
Yeah. I get fucking 3 eggs over easy, corned beef and hash,
shitload of hash browns,
load of hash browns, and whole wheat toast.
Yep.
Don't drink coffee.
And then
coffee
shit your pants in the back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But do you feel like that?
I do, man. And to be honest, the success I've had on the podcast, I don't have to fight. Through entertainment and success of my podcast, to pay the bills, I could never fight again.
Yeah.
But it's not about it's bigger than financial money and stuff like that. For me, yeah, like you said, it's bigger than me, man. It just is. And for me, just to walk away and be like, you know what, Joe's right. I am done, man.
Well, I'm
just gonna ride off into the sunset.
What Joe's saying should be taken with the weight of a fucking truckload of bricks.
True.
Because Joe's experience is bar none probably worth the price of gold in that capacity and in head injury. He's been fucking taking shots for a long time, and he's 43, 45.
Yeah.
He knows what he's saying. However,
it's bigger than that, man.
Yeah.
And it's not. I feel like I wouldn't. This isn't the way that this novel ends. It's just not. This isn't the way that my life story and my athletic career ends. It'd be a disservice to do that to myself and the fans and the UFC, really.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. Having said what I said, I don't think you need to ever fight again.
Yeah,
I don't think you do. I don't. I think it's going to be an interesting footnote in a longer career. Mm-hmm. I think your football is an interesting footnote in a longer career. Mm-hmm. However, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I get that vibe. Mm-hmm. I totally get that, and I can't imagine like I played professional hockey for a day on Hurt Bert.
Yeah, and
I was actually a pretty good goalie. And I fucking thought for a second. I was probably 30 years old, 28 years old, and I thought for a second, I should give a run at this. Like, I literally, and I'm not even fucking around. Yeah. I thought I should really, because I can't ice skate for shit, but I was an amazing catcher. And I was like, and I get the whole concept. Being a catcher in Florida, I was like, that whole concept of deflecting and playing. And I had quick reflexes. I was like, I could fucking take a run at this. I mean, I was blocking shots from minor league hockey players that were hitting hard as shit. I was catching them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what if I really focus? And then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, fuck it. That's not my path.
Yeah, you're like, you know what? Yeah.
But you really have that. You have the achievability of reaching the summit from base camp in a day and a half.
Yeah.
And I can see where that comes in.
I think too, some of the people around me or in my camp go, and it's more of, they don't want to see me stop either. So it's almost a scared tactic where they go, man, I don't know if your show would do well if you stop fighting. It's like, well, no, I only fight twice a year as it is, maybe once a year.
Yeah.
And the way I set up the Fighter and the Kid is, it's not like we talked about before we really got into it. It's not a sports show. It's not a show dictated on sports. It's really not, man. It's a live show. It's a comic, it's comic, and it's kind of like Jimmy Fallon, ESPN meets Howard Stern, if like a real shitty version,
What's a camp consist of? Break down.
There's a lot of wheels that make this machine work, man.
So it's you.
So I'm getting it from all angles.
So it's you. Like I'll tell you my camp, and then you explain. Not your camp. Entertainment.
We'll say team. You tell me your team.
My team is Judy is my manager. Reg is my he's my day to day. I'll talk to Reg on a day to day basis. But if I have like a big meeting, Reg will show up, but Judy will show up. If I have anything like large career things, if I have a script or anything, it goes to Reg, right to Judy, or right to Judy. I also have Team Bert, which is at UTA, which is a group of maybe 7 agents, like literary, road, television, film, writing, and then I have my personal appearance. But my real team is my personal appearance, Reg and Judy, because it's all touring and television and stuff that's going on.
Into that,
and then I have a whole team at Travel Channel, but that is
a whole nother family.
So when you're as a fighter, you've got you. Do you have like a manager?
Mine's a different animal because I'm a fighter and in the entertainment business. So I have a manager in Lex McMahon, who I've been with for a very long time, since really like my second fight in the UFC. And he's amazing. He's the son of Ed McMahon. His name's
really?
Lex McMahon. He lives in Boca Raton, Florida. And me and him are very close. I talk to him every day. And he deals with all, matchups in the UFC.
How old is he?
man, 40
Ed McMahon
something.
from The Tonight Show.
Yeah,
I bet he knows my mom.
I'm sure.
Ed McMahon lived in Philadelphia. My mom's family was good friends with the McMahons.
I'm sure,
That's
man.
so fucking crazy, how
right?
small this world gets.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
So Lex lives in Boca Raton. He deals with all MMA related sponsors, anything fight gear, dealing with Joe Silva, Dana White. He deals with everything in the UFC. And then I have coaches. I have a head coach, boxing coach in Tony Jeffries. He's my striking coach. My jiu-jitsu coach, Henner Hiron Gracie. Wrestling coach, Ryan Parsons and Mark Munoz. And then my strength conditioning coach, Ben Bruno.
How did jiu-jitsu and wrestling separate?
Well, jiu-jitsu's submissions, right?
Yeah.
Wrestling's taking guys down.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So already just in my fight camp, I have a boxing coach, Tony Jeffries, a Muay Thai coach, and Daniel Warren out of Black House. These are all different gyms, by the way, that I go to. A striking coach out of Black House in Torrance. No, that's actually in Gardena, Compton. Anyways, yeah, that's a funny. And then jiu-jitsu in Torrance with the Gracies, strength condition Beverly Hills with Ben Bruno, and then wrestling with Mark Munoz and Ryan Parsons in Orange County. So that's the fight team. There's 5 to 6 guys that make up the whole team.
Okay.
You got to pay all those guys, and I'm very close with all of them, super close. Then outside that, I have my whole entertainment family. Just recently can become a member of CAA Entertainment, which would be great, man.
Love CAA.
Agency, right? That's huge for a guy like me. And then I have the whole Fox, because our podcast is on Fox Sports. So we have Evan the Beard, who does all the producing, then Callan, then we have an intern. So there's a lot that goes in. And then my brother Jay deals with all the merchandise, runs the fireandthekidshop.com.
So okay, so let's say Dana does and this is the kind of stuff that I don't know, maybe everyone already knows,
Yeah.
but does Dana call you personally and say, "Hey man, how's everything going? Well, I got a fight I want you to do," or does it kind of get on email? Or
Never, yeah, no, it's more. I've had him call me once for a big fight. I think it was against. Maybe Nogueira or Crocop, but usually it's Joe Silva. He's the right-hand man to Dana White. He does all the matchups.
So then they call you and they say, "We got a fight for you in." It would probably be as far out as would they say September?
What are we in? We're in March. No, they could book it in July.
Okay,
June, July, August.
So they say we got a fight in July, and you're like, "I'm in." So then, when you go into camp, do you go somewhere else, or do you just stay here and just work out of here and go to different places?
I work out of here. I think it's interesting, guys who like to go to Big Bear. They'll do their camps in Big Bear. They'll say, "Oh, I'm going to go to the desert, fly my coaches there, and do a camp there." It's like when you do that, you're putting the fight on a pedestal, and you're making a bigger deal than it is.
Yeah.
I fight every day. I fight some of the very best fighters in the world every single day. Every Tuesday, Thursday, we spar, we fight. So it's just another day. So for me to take off and go do a camp in Denver for 6 weeks and not talk to my friends or family, that's weird to me, man.
Yeah.
Then you're put on this pedestal and you're making more stress on yourself, more anxiety. You're putting it a bigger situation than it is. You're just going to fight another guy. You do it every single day.
Yeah. So okay. So then
That's my view on it. People.
No,
and then people.
Well, you grew up at high altitude. There's no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, your blood levels are always going to be different.
Yeah, but certain people, like, they want that. They want to be secluded. They want to have no distractions, stuff like that. Man, I don't like coming home and thinking about the fight nonstop. Then you overthink it. You stress out. You don't sleep as well. I like being busy. I like having my show. I like doing 2 practices and doing my podcast. It takes me away from the kind of the grind of training camp.
Are you in training right now?
No.
Just a bare maintenance.
Maintenance, yeah. Well, I work out every day, but I'm not training 2-3 times a day. I work out once a day every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
maintenance.
do you still do you roll at all?
Yeah, I do jiu-jitsu 3-4 times a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Which if you could just do one, which one do you enjoy the most?
Jiu-jitsu by far.
Really?
Yeah. Like right now, I had an issue with my wrist, my neck, and I just was able to kind of go full in jiu-jitsu. I would do jiu-jitsu every day if jiu-jitsu paid the same way that I could make in the UFC, I'd do jiu-jitsu full time.
like had those Eddie Bravo fights.
Yeah.
Like I walked in to do Joe's podcast one time, and I walked in and Eddie Bravo and Hicks and Gracie are fighting on the floor.
Oh, showing each other moves.
Yeah, and I was just like,
insane.
And Joe just looked at me. He was like, shh.
Yeah, royalty,
and I just was
right?
like, I just sat down and watched them, and
insane.
It
Man.
was so crazy to watch the two of them talk, but talk with their bodies.
Another level, man. Another level.
It really is.
Yeah, well, I call them 1%ers. So there's black belts and then there's 1%er black belts.
Yeah.
And you got, like Hickson, Eddie, Henner, Hiron. You got 1%ers.
I'm dying to know. I fought a 13-year-old kid when I fought the Gracies. I'm dying to know what that kid's up to.
Do you remember his name?
No, if I could fucking find.
Show me the video. I bet I know.
I could tell you his first name. I gotta find that video. I gotta get my internet working. But he was a 13-year-old kid and he beat me in 13 seconds.
I mean, if he's rolling a lot, man, I don't think people realize how big of a disadvantage you're at.
Have you ever seen a fist fight where a guy knew jiu-jitsu and just?
Oh yeah,
really?
Oh yeah.
Are they fucking awesome to watch?
I saw a guy. I saw my buddy. I won't mention his name. I don't get him in trouble. We were working security, and he got in a fight with this guy wearing a sports coat, and he used his sports coat like a gi and just tapped him out.
Like grabbed the two collars and pulled them together.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, that's so cool.
Oh, that's fucking amazing.
I didn't move a muscle. I just watched him.
Jordan is the kid's name.
Oh, yeah. Jordan, he's a black belt there now. He's an instructor there.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Yeah, he'll remember me, definitely. I think the Gracies will probably remember me.
They'll remember you for sure. I actually see him tomorrow morning, so I'll say something.
Yeah, say something. Tell them I've been training. Be like,
dude, he's a black belt now.
Like, yeah, say he went to a different Gracie academy. He went to Gracie's.
Who? He wouldn't tell me.
Hollywood Gracies.
Hollywood Gracies. Really? Yeah, I get some new Gracies.
There's like a West Hollywood
Gracies. You guys
Gracies
don't know about
that you don't know about.
Yeah.
It's like an older, like...
I guess it's in West Hollywood, and they rolled their shirts off in underwear. I guess it's like super gay, but he's really good.
But he's really good. He goes like 3 times a day.
Really good, man.
You should see the locker
He's a black belt. He's a black belt.
But he barely even wears clothes when
But he wears
does
a pink belt. It's weird, man. I don't know.
I'm gonna fucking show you this goddamn video.
Yeah, Jordan's a head instructor there now and a black belt in Torrance.
Yeah, he was 13. I fought him. I was like 30. I think I was 30. I took a swing at the kid. Like I was like, because they were like, I said to my producer, I was like, what am I supposed to do? I'm not gonna hit a kid. And he's like, my producer's like, no, this kid's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah,
I was like,
you better bring.
He's a child. I'm going to beat the shit out of the kid. And they're like, no, this kid he's good. He's a black belt. I think I want to say he was like a brown belt maybe. At the time,
yeah. I mean, being that young, yeah, he probably wasn't in the. He might have been like a blue belt. He's 13. Yeah, he's 20 something now.
Here we go. Bert Kreischer, Ultimate Fighter. I posted this 7 years ago. Here, that's me and Horian. Hoist changed the game in my opinion.
Do you know Hoist? Yeah. And then you put Hoist Gracie, and that's actually whoever did the text. You said that was Hoist and his Horian.
I said, do you know Hoist? Did they write Hoist down?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Over Horian, yeah.
Oh, great.
So I'm sure you learned in this. Horian created the UFC.
Yeah, Horian and another guy created the UFC, and then and came up with it. He tells me all that in the thing. He created the octagon. He thought it was the perfect thing. You'll see the brothers come up in a sec. Oh, that's where that is. I've been fucking looking for this other Dinkums clip.
Just getting tossed around. Yeah, that's Henner.
Yeah, they give me a knife. They're like, try to stab him.
Let's see, that's yeah, that's Henner, Halleck, and Hiron. They're aliens, man, in jiu-jitsu. Hate to tell you, even if you train for 20 years, the exact same thing would happen. Doesn't that suck?
That does suck. Here, I'll show you the kid, Jordan.
I think this is him here.
Yeah.
Yep, he's a black belt now. Yeah, he was in the kids program there. The kid's a beast, man. Super beast now. Black belt. Great guy, too. Phenomenal professor, teacher.
Yeah, the Gracies are fascinating. I the only reason that Horian may definitely remember me is that I tried desperately to set him up with some movie producers to do a docudrama on their dad.
That'd be dope.
Have you? I'm sure you've heard the stories of who's the oldest? Who's the fucking the grandfather? Helio. About him jumping in the water with sharks to save somebody.
Oh yeah,
and him
there's so many
standing at the court
stories,
steps to fight the baddest man in the world.
Yeah, man.
He is legendary.
Their
and
family's insane.
They will make that movie. Daniel Day-Lewis will play it, and it'll be fucking insane.
Huge.
And why it hasn't been made, I'm sure it's probably that everyone owns a piece of the grandfather's story. And
they're just trying to figure it out.
If there's one thing we know about Gracie's, they know jiu-jitsu, and they are litigious as fuck.
They know jiu-jitsu, and they're very smart businessmen. It'd
like-
be hard to find a better businessman than Henry Gracie.
Really?
Monster, man.
I gotta have Henner on the podcast.
He'd be great for you, man.
I'd love to talk to him. I've wanted to get into jiu-jitsu for a long time. Joe's one that said, once you get comfortable rolling with people, then the whole idea of confrontation is a very different idea.
True.
And he's like, and that disappears. And so I talked to Eddie Bravo, and Eddie Bravo was like, get some mats. We'll do it in your backyard. Joey Diaz is like, fuck yeah, dog, I'm in. Duncan Trussell's like, yeah. And my wife's like, wait, you're starting a fight club in our backyard?
Yeah,
and I was
it's a
like,
fight club.
I was like this. And then Eddie was like, he had a black eye. And I was like, whoa, what happened? And he was like, what are you talking about? He didn't even know he had it. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's from just rolling.
Fight Club,
and I was like,
son.
I go, I'm on TV. I can't have black eyes.
That's true, huh?
Yeah.
That's like Callan. Callan loves to box, and he boxes down at Boxing Bird in Santa Monica, and he'll spar. And then he'll come do the show, and he's like, I kind of got a headache. I'm like, why are you sparring?
Yeah.
Why are you getting hit to the head? That's how you make your money, man.
It's insane. It's
an ego thing.
I think with guys like me and Callan, probably
100% it's an ego thing.
It's like we don't have, I think our egos are filled in other areas, and then all of a sudden we look at that fill as a depletion, and we're like, wait, what about, like for me lately, it's been, rock climbing, extreme sports, and scuba diving, and all these things I'm doing on my show, and I got to a place where I'm like, where it's like I proudly display my fucking harness and all my fucking ATCs and my carabiners.
Yeah.
And I think when you get to a certain age, you start thinking, well, shit, I wish I had paid more attention when I was 30.
I think egos are kind of the biggest downfall to great men. I think it's, ego, especially as a fighter, is it's the biggest Achilles heel, I think, of every athlete. Ego, man. For me, when I was young, like I fought one of the greatest fighters in the world, Nogueira. I asked for the fight in Brazil. I didn't bring a striking coach with me because my ego was so big. I was confident I was going to knock him out. Didn't bring a striking coach.
Well, you were Golden Gloves, right?
Yeah, but still, it's like, Nogueira is one of the best boxers, ever.
Oh, yeah.
And for me to have that ego and that sense of confidence is insane, man.
Who would you want to fight next?
I don't know, man. I don't care. I don't care. It's more about me. It's more about me. Seeking out probably some different coaches and just getting back in there and getting into the swing of things as far as fighting goes. But I'm focused on entertainment, my shows right now, and I'm rolling every day. So we'll see.
That's interesting. I find that. I think. Do you think the goal-oriented lifestyle, task mastering of the list of like my next fight is this, and then I'll focus on that?
Yeah.
Do you think that without that, sometimes you're like, fuck, I need something. So then you get the podcast?
100%. So with the podcast, it's like, our numbers are getting so good and Fox is starting to take notice. So now it's like, all right, next step is this becoming a show, a variety show or a entertainment show, however. And we're in the process of doing that now, but that's the next step.
I mean, it doesn't hurt that you have arguably one of the fucking better comedic talents of working in the business right now as your sidekick. I mean, and you're with your knowledge and his knowledge, oddly enough, too. He's one of the more knowledgeable fucking dudes.
Smart dude, man.
Yeah, it's a sure fit. I could totally see that being a show.
That's the goal.
And having guests on?
Yep.
Like MMA fighters and
I see. I think some people want it to be more MMA, but for me, no. Just celebrities.
I wouldn't mind. Here's what I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind you guys having some fighters on mixed with Callan's eclectic group of friends. I just remember hearing a story of like back in the day when like someone's like, oh yeah, he's dating Alanis Morissette, and I went, what? And they're like, oh yeah, and I was like, oh my god, like,
bro, if me and Callan could talk about the women we've dated, our show would be it would be number one in the world every week.
Who are you dating? Are you dating anyone now?
Yeah, I'm dating someone now. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just a pedestrian.
I mean, she looks like she's from Mars. Her body's ridiculous, but yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah, not a celebrity, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I always tell that to Callan. You know, Callan, Rogan, and I go to dinner after we do these shows, and Rogan's just like, "Dude, can you imagine if you could tell these stories on air?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can't, but if I could."
Wait, tell me a dialed back story. Because as a married guy for 12 years, I'd love to hear something. I'd love to hear something. Right now, if it doesn't involve, she has a yeast infection, so we won't be having sex in Costa Rica.
Yeah, right. Oh man, I don't even know where to begin, man. I don't know where to begin.
Have you ever had sex with someone and in the middle being like, I can't believe I'm fucking this person?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where to begin, man, without getting in trouble. I don't even know how to dial it down. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
Tell it in Mad Lib form.
Mad Lib form.
So like tell it like someone that people would like take the name out and then add a name that would be the equivalent of that name. Or and then take out the location, put an equivalent of that location.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I'll tell you what's trouble. I'll tell you what's trouble these days is social media. Social media, like people talk about Wilt Chamberlain, like back in the day, hooking up with 10,000 women, or like Michael Jordan just killing the game. They weren't doing it when social media and cell phones were around.
Oh shit!
It's a different animal, man.
Have you ever videotaped yourself?
I've had someone videotape me, and then, you know, at the time you think it's all cool, fun and games. Then you get out and you're like, oh, that was a bad idea.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, but they were cool. We figured it out. But what I'm saying is, like, this day and age, to be a ladies' man or like a James Bond type of dude, you have to be on a whole nother level than a guy like Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain. Back in the day, you could do this stuff. It's easy. Now they can see who you follow, you know, Twitter messages, all sorts of stuff. And then these girls now, especially, you know, if you're a celebrity, I'm not saying I'm Tom Cruise, but for them to take a picture with you and then they want to show their friends and then that gets posted, it's trouble, man.
And you get a little bit of both. You have the Hollywood fun party girls that are going for stuff and do have talents, but then you also get this fucking MMA, drive a truck with a bad boy sticker on the back, and like, fuck, I would love to suck that dude's dick. Like you get it from all sides.
Vicious, yeah. I'm sure some other guys have it a lot worse than me, but Hollywood's weird, man. Yeah, I've never seen just kind of you can meet people and tell that they're not interested in you. They can gain something from you. And I didn't experience that in Denver or anywhere I've ever been. But in LA, you can talk to someone within the first minute of meeting them. You're like, oh, they could give two shits of what I'm about or who I am or anything like that. I've never experienced that until I came to LA.
So interesting. I noticed that just in like drop off at school with like other parents. Mm-hmm. There are certain parents who have that quality that are like, they're interested in what they can get from you or how they can help, or they want to like the fact that you're on TV and I'm definitely not famous. I remember saying that to Rogan one time. I'm like, you know, as a famous, he goes, hold on, you're not famous. He was like, if I'm not famous and if I'm not famous, you're definitely not fucking famous. He's like, you're on my podcast, you're not famous.
You're not famous. Yeah, but like, although Rogan's famous as shit,
he's fucking out of his mind.
He's an all-star.
He's famous enough that if my phone comes up with a text from Rogan, all my friends are like, can you tell us what the text was? And I'm like the other night he texted me. He's like, I was talking about this theory I have on death. I was like, death doesn't exist. We were doing his podcast.
You just did his podcast, right? Like 2 days ago?
The day after you guys did. And we got, you know, how Rogan likes to get deep before the show sometimes.
Yeah.
So we're getting very deep. And then we did the show and I just was in this like fucking, you know, where you just whatever. I don't like to talk about dirt, but I was very fucking, and I had a few beers, and I was like, and I said I didn't believe, and I believe this. I don't believe death exists. I believe that when you die in someone else's parallel universe, but you keep it living. You never die.
Interesting.
And then Rogan texted, and then that night we did it like more in the morning, like noon. Yeah. So that night I'm with friends in here, and then Rogan texted me, or maybe he texted me the next. He texted me, and my phone beeps. Maybe it was whatever. My phone beeps, and it's on the thing. We're in here doing that thing I was telling you where we were watching people follow YouTube, and then we know it's really fun to do. You should do this on Fighter and the Kid because it would be fun with you and Callan. It would be fun. I couldn't do it with another person because I don't have a partner like that. Yeah. But we were doing. They were going through my history on
Trouble.
And they were like, and they were going through what porn I had watched, and they were like,
that'd be great.
It was so funny. They put up this one porn, and I went, oh my God, that was the night before I did Opie and Anthony. I remember that. And I go, April 15th. And they're like, how did you fucking know? I go, and then I went, look at all this shit I Googled, and you could tell it's all shit pertaining to what I thought we'd talk about the next day. Yeah. It was fascinating. So anyway, but it was about death. He was like, that fucking death theory has got me. I can't stop thinking about it. And then my friends were like, but it beeped. And they're like, wait, what did Rogan say? I was like, he's definitely famous. He's definitely fucking famous. But I had said at school, some dad fucking wanted to talk to me today about something. But there was a dad there that's like this guy. Our kids are in the same grade, and I've seen him forever. He looks like a rock star. He is a rock star. And
he picks his kid up dressed like a rock star?
Dude,
Keith Urban hair and tight ass leather jacket. What?
Nope. Hair's a mess. It fucking like looks like it's been like picked, like fucking frizzy, beard out of control, not even trimmed at all. Hair's all over the place. Big long beard, tight leather jacket, standard black shirt, low rise jeans with big black biker boots and a knife. By the way, Kirk, if you're listening to me talk about you, I apologize. I'm sorry, but this is real. This is what life's like. This is where my brain works.
This is what you look like.
This is what, yeah. And
here's a news flash.
He had a knife on his side belt, and I have knives all the time. I'm a big knife fan. Out of Denver, I love Spyderco. My favorite, best knife in the world.
Nice.
So I've seen this guy for fucking 5 years. My daughter's in 5th grade.
But before you go on, if he's not a rock star,
he is.
He needs to listen to this and change his wardrobe.
I think he's a studio musician. I think he was a rock star. Now he just makes money going into the studio and playing with big fucking names.
That's cool then.
Yeah.
So he's practicing musician. He can dress like that.
Yeah. Oh, he is definitely a musician.
He can do that.
But Drew wears this like the same style outfit all the time. I've known who this guy was for 5 years, but I've never talked to him because I'm not the kind of guy that sees someone as something. I'm interested in the guy. I go, that guy's fucking fascinating. What's his story? But I'm not the guy that goes, hey, what's your story? I'm not that guy.
I'll beeline to him and strike up conversation. Really? I won't be like, what's your story? Yeah, but I'm like, which kid's yours?
You're 6'4".
You think it's a size thing?
You're 6'4", you're sleeved in tattoos, and you're a gregarious person. I'm just a regular fucking person. As much as any of the other dads, I got a belly. I'm wearing a fucking Phillies vest with a Phillies hat. Like, I don't look, I'm wearing these track pants. I'm going to go walking with my wife and her friends afterwards. Like, I don't think I'm a fascinating guy, but I think size begets confidence.
Really?
Oh, 100%. Big guys. I feel
famous. Like they're famous.
The second you walk into a room and sit down, eyes are attracted to you because you're 6'4", you're what, 230?
240 right now.
240. And so people go, you look like what is he, an athlete?
Yeah.
He's got to be something.
Yeah.
He can't be a regular guy.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way he works at a bank. You don't work at a bank looking like that. Like, you're just, and I think that is ingrained in your head sometimes. I think you get to the point where you're like, you have the ability to strike up a conversation with anyone. Because anyone you talk to is like, oh my God, the fucking cool big guy's talking to me.
The cool big guy. See, for me, and I've always felt like this since I was young, is I feel like we're all the same size. Isn't that weird?
It's so funny. I feel big. I feel like I'm 6'1" with heels. 230, and until I see a guy like you, I forget how small I am. Gary Goldman's the same way. You know who Gary Goldman is?
I don't think
Stand-up
so.
comedian. He's 6'4". He's 6'4" and a lean 220.
So he's in shape.
He's ripped.
Yeah.
And he's gorgeous. I mean, he's like fucking a stud.
And he's funny?
Yeah, he's very funny. Very funny. But when I hang out with him, I forget how small I am. I feel small. I feel like I'm looking up.
Yeah, I don't realize how big I am. I still don't think I'm that big. I'm not like Shaquille O'Neal or anything. Like when I get into cars and people are like, oh, go ahead, put your seat all the way back. I'm like, no, I'm good. It's embarrassing for me. I'm like, I'm good. Or when we sit down at a restaurant, people are like, they do this every time. We were at this restaurant the other day. They go, oh, look at that. The T-Rex T-bone, 64 ounces. I bet you're going to get that. I'm like, no, fuck you. No, I'm not getting that. Why the fuck do I have to order the biggest thing? It's embarrassing for me,
People ever mention how big they think your dick is?
yeah, because I say it all the time, but they usually don't say anything. Like I was riding my bike this morning, someone from the show, Big Dick Bandits, and it's like, yeah, well, it's not that big, but yeah, thanks, man.
Big Bandits.
Yeah, I don't realize how big I am, and then I went to a store in Santa Monica to get. I love clothes, right? I love fashion, so I go in the store, and literally this girl's like, we have nothing for you. There's nothing that will fit you. I'm like, what the fuck's that about? Like, right away, I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? She's like, we have nothing that would fit you. I'm like, bullshit. So I go to try on a shirt. It's XXX. And this thing, I thought I was going to have to pay for it because I ripped the shit out of it. Like, just nothing fits, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's discrimination. Get some bigger shit, man. But it was All Saints. It's like a European kind of.
All Saints?
Yeah, it's like a European vibe. Nothing fits.
Oh God, how do I know All Saints?
I'm a pretty big store. There's they're in LA for sure. 2-3 of them.
I got told that nothing would fit me at Abercrombie and Fitch the other day in Columbus.
You shouldn't be in there at your age unless you're child molested. Let's be real. What the fuck were you doing in there? I haven't been in there since fucking 7th grade. I grew out of it in 7th grade.
I haven't been there a while, and I went to Banana Republic. I went to Gap. I was like, wonder what A&F has.
And it's just all kids, and then blaring music, and just stuck up high school girls who think they're the shit because they work at Abercrombie Fitch.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you guys have size 38 jeans? And they're like, no.
They hate you too. Like, no. And matter of fact, you're bringing down the store, so if you could just leave.
Sir, did you lose your child?
Yes, sir.
No.
Chris Hansen comes out the back from Dateline. Yeah, man, you can't. Abercrombie's a bad store, man.
Wait, so what got you into fashion?
I'm not sure. I've always been into clothes, super into clothes, especially for a big guy. I think it's like I show up to every fight in a suit. I have a new suit for every fight.
Really?
A press conference, come to the arena in a suit. I don't know. I would wear a suit every day if I could. Yeah, I just love dressing up. Mm-hmm.
You know what? I wonder if that has to do with being in shape because I'm not a clothes guy. I mean, like I'm specific about what I wear. Like texture wise, like I need clothes to feel okay.
Like, do you like nice stuff? Like, do you care what it is, or as long as it feels good?
I don't know. I don't think I'd notice. I mean, like, I'm a label whore as opposed to a clothes snob. So like, if you tell me a pair of pants are polo.
Yeah.
These are polo. This is a polo sweatsuit, and it looks like shit. I'll still wear it because I go, it's polo. It costs a lot.
Gotcha.
So like I'm that. I don't have like I wear Lucky or Gap jeans all the time. I'm big about shoes. I'm pretty specific about shoes. I always tell my daughters, if you get shit from a teacher, check her shoes out because if she's got like fucking black nursing boots on, nursing shoes, she's fucking crazy.
100%. She's a bitch.
Yeah, if your teacher has on nice shoes and she tells you something, listen to her. She's got her shit together.
That's a good point. Yeah. You can judge a lot of, and I'm not saying, if you don't have money to afford nice shoes, but in the adult world, when you meet someone, especially ladies, if you're looking at dating a guy, look at his shoes. It says a lot about a guy. It really does, man.
It really does. I'm a big shoes guy. I only buy Lucchese boots. I'll wear Fry boots. I'm all about Nike SBs.
Nice.
That's orthopedic. Like those are really comfortable and they look good. You can get I get a few pairs of those. I'll go. I can't wear Converse anymore just because
too flat,
and I've like plantar fasciitis from being fat as fuck.
Dude, it's horrible. You still have it right now?
It's gone right now.
It's a struggle. I've had it before. It is such a beast.
I've said the only people that ever talk about it are me and Bobby Kelly. You know Bobby Kelly?
I don't think
Bobby
so.
Kelly, you got to meet Bobby Kelly. Got to meet Bobby Kelly. Bobby Kelly's a big UFC guy, and he's one of the funniest fucking guys alive. He's a New York comic. He's on Dennis Leary's new show, Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll. He's an Opie and Anthony guy. He's got a podcast called You Know What, Dude. He is You and him. He definitely knows who you are.
Yeah.
You ever go out to New York?
No.
Okay. When next time he comes out here, I'll set you guys up.
Let's do it, man.
And let you guys podcast, be on his podcast. And he is, but me and him are the only guys I've ever known with plantar fasciitis. It is crippling. I'll tell you what, you want to hear about something fucking scary, especially as a guy who's gone through plantar fasciitis. I get rid of it. I get rid of it for good. And I'm like, finally, I start jogging again. I start running. And then I'm in fucking Zanzibar and I'm on a cliff and it's only like 10, 12 feet into the water. And it looks it looks like 5 feet deep, which I figure would cushion it. Jumped, landed on my heels, and for a second thought I shattered them. And I fucking panicked. And my heels started hurting again. I was like, motherfucker. I was like, I just got done with this.
Do you just use
Inserts.
Inserts? Have you got the shot?
Cortisone?
Yeah.
No, have you?
I haven't, because mine went away and it hasn't come back. Thank God. It's one of the worst things I've ever had as an athlete.
Oh,
one of the worst things
and you
ever.
got to fight barefoot.
I'm barefoot all the time.
Yeah.
And it was hard to walk and get out of bed, and because the mornings are the worst. It's horrible, man.
I'll tell you what really worked for me. And this was it. Joe kind of, because I was complaining about it. Joe's like, yeah, you should get Rolfed. Have you ever gotten Rolfed?
Oh, yeah. I
got Rolfed. I had this guy, Don the Rolfer, do it in Hollywood. I've never felt pain like that in my entire fucking life. I've never, at the peak of my plantar fasciitis, this guy goes in with a knuckle and opened up gates of pain that I did not know I was susceptible to. I mean, I remember at one point staring up and seeing a pure white light and going like,
this is it.
And I was like, this is it. It doesn't get worse. It can't get worse. And then he gets into your shins because he's like, I guess it has to do with your calves and everything.
All of it.
Gets in your calves, your shins. And then he said, you must have problems with your back because sometimes that's connective tissue. So he goes, how's your left shoulder? I was like, oh, motherfucker. And he told me at one point, he got up under my underarm and he goes, this is going to be painful. And I was like, he hasn't said this the entire time. And he just fucking knuckled into my underarm and I went, grr!
Did it help?
Yeah, it helped a lot. The problem is I went straight to Hawaii and went hunting pigs.
It comes right back.
And I was on my feet for 6 miles. And
I had so many people tell me what to do for it, and I had a guy do dry needle. I wouldn't say it's dry needling, but I'm not making this up. He would stick these long needles, this long, into my leg, my hamstring, and calves. That he would tap them in so it'd hit the muscle, and it would spasm and it'd stop, and it was so painful.
Really,
so painful. And we got done. He's like, what'd you think? How'd your foot feel? I'm like, I mean, he literally 3-4 inch needles. I'm like, dude, my leg hurts so bad. Yeah, I don't think about my foot. And then the next morning, my foot was fucking killing me. Yeah, I would never do it again. Yeah,
this is gonna end good.
No, man. I wish I had a good fucking story for you. No.
So what happened? Just staying off of it?
Rest. Yeah.
Really?
Because I love to run, which is unusual for a big guy, but I love to run. Really? And I would run so much, that's what caused it. So I just took running out.
Right, and now you're riding bikes.
Yeah, I'm good.
And do you live in Venice?
Yeah. Well, I live off Washington, so technically Marina Del Rey.
Oh, okay. That's fucking great over there.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's the best, especially coming from fucking Colorado. I can't imagine.
I'll never go back.
That's amazing. Do you smoke weed?
No.
No. Yeah, me either.
Colorado, they're killing it.
I went to one of the dispensaries, honestly, in like an exploratory mission. You probably know the guy, one of the big morning shows out there is a big MMA guy.
There's 106.7, K-Rock.
If you said his name, he's bald, he's got a big goatee. If you said his name, I'd know it. He's good friends with Rogan, but he's a big weed guy.
I know you're talking about.
And so I said on the thing, I'm dying to see these dispensaries. So I went to one. They called me up. Evergreen, I think was the name. They called me up and they said, "Come on out. We'll let you in, check it out." And I was just myself. I was blown away.
Was it one of the ones where it's like a Apple store where it's all iPads and you click? It's all electronic.
No.
You click orders and they bring it out.
It was an old school head shop. It was like you walked in and I walked to the back and they had everything in a display case, which I love.
Yeah.
And then they had garbage pails of marijuana.
No, the one I went to, I was there over Christmas. My brother's like, I don't smoke weed. And my brother's like, you got to check it out. No, it's insane. You just walk in like it's an Apple store. They had these huge screens and you just slide through. It's all digital. Slide through, click on it, tells you benefits, how you should do it, amount, how much. You just click it. Dude come from the back in a lab coat, which you probably shouldn't be wearing. Has a lab coat, gives it to you, and then it's
a little overkill.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, bro. You're not a doctor, but that's old school days, man. Lab coat, yeah. Yeah, lab coat.
The guy did the wafting. You ever gone to a tea shop and they open up the tea and then they take the lid and waft it? The guy opened up a garbage can, pulled the lid off and wafted it at me, and I went, and it was all beautiful buds, and I was like, oh my God, that is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And then they gave me a bunch of shit and I was too afraid to use it, so I was like,
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, I was also by myself. Like, I don't mind. Here's my point about here's my view on marijuana. I think it's probably healthier than alcohol.
No question, 100%, not even close.
But probably not for me if you smoke it. I'm big into lung capacity. I'm big into being able to work out and run and
what
jog.
about edibles?
Edibles scare the living fuck out of me.
Why?
Because I don't know what I'm getting. Joey gave my dad, Joey Diaz, you know Joey Diaz?
Oh, yeah.
Joey gave my dad edibles 2 Easters ago.
You can't take edibles from Joey Diaz. He gave him the star?
No, he gave my dad popcorn. He had the popcorn, and he opened it up, and he goes, Mr. K, take some. Give some to my dad. My dad takes a handful. I go, Dad. My dad eats it right away.
Oh, your dad's
I go, Dad, what are you doing?
Shit.
He's like, what, buddy? I go, that's marijuana. And he's like, no, it's not. It's popcorn. I was like, no, it's edible marijuana. And he goes, no, it's popcorn. It's kettle corn. Joey has some. Take some. I go, Dad, it's marijuana. And he was like, no. And Joey's like, you're going to be fucked up, Mr. K. and then we ended up doing a podcast, and my dad, and it was just fucking, and then of course I ate some. So I was like, I can't let my dad.
Was your dad like staring at the wall the entire podcast?
No, we had the most beautiful conversation that night.
Really? That's dope, man.
About his fears of my lifestyle are equivalent to him losing his dad. He lost his dad when he was 13.
Oh, wow.
He said, you remind me so much of my dad. Everyone liked my dad. My dad was the life of the party. He was a big personality. He loved drinking beers, and he loved smoking cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I do love drinking beers. And he's like, and there are so many qualities, and one of my dad's biggest regrets in his life is, and he told me this, which he had never told me, is that he noticed his dad have a stroke one time or stumble, and he never told anyone. And my dad starts crying. More higher than giraffe pussy. And I'm like, and he's like, if I don't say something to you right now about you changing your lifestyle, at least finding out if your heart's healthy and getting on blood pressure pills, I will regret it for the rest of my life, and I won't do that again. And I was like, we should have been smoking pot for a long time.
Yeah, this would have helped 20 years ago.
But the next morning I woke up with searing anxiety because of edibles. Like searing, like
really?
Searing panic.
Did you get checked out?
Well, yeah, I got a CT scan.
And you're fine, right?
Got a CT scan. I'm on blood pressure medicine. Just maintenance blood pressure. Lower it a little bit. Keep it in the fucking healthy range.
But why did your dad give you this talk? Are you like the fucking Frank? Are you Frank the Tank? Do you have like 2 beers deep and you're fucking going nuts?
No, not even remotely. But that's on the opposite. I'll have 10 beers and people don't even know I'm drinking. But if you're my loved one, you're like, he's had 10 beers.
Yeah.
So, but my dad, I got everything checked out, and so, but I probably shouldn't have, because now I eat like shit, 'cause I know there's no blockage in my heart, and I'm on fucking blood pressure medicine.
I'm good.
Fucking gained so much weight since that CT scan.
Yeah, fucked you up.
What do you do a lot of, like, do you go to the doctor before fights and get
yeah, before fights? Oh yeah, you get checked out big time.
Like, is that mandatory?
Mandatory, yeah. Yeah, you have all sorts of testing. You have blood test, you have a physical, you have brain scan. It depends where you're fighting, what commission. You have brain scan, X-rays, MRIs, blood pressure, all that stuff, man.
Really?
Regular physicals, yeah.
Do you drink beers?
If I have a reason to. Like, I'm not the type of dude to just open up a beer and chill.
Really?
If I have a reason to celebrate, I will. I'm super hard on myself, man. So, yeah, if I don't have a reason to celebrate, I usually don't drink or eat anything.
What do you mean you're super hard on yourself?
Like I'll feel guilty. Like, let's say you had a piece of cake here, and I ate that cake, it would ruin my day. Yeah, I'd feel bad for the rest of the day for eating it. Because there's no reason to eat that cake. It's not my birthday. I didn't win a fight. My podcast isn't a show. There's no reason to eat that cake. Like, I correlate that stuff with like rewards. Like, if I drink a beer, I would, and there's no reason, like there's nothing going on, I would feel like a loser. It's weird, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know I'm the exact opposite?
Well, no, this is just me, bro.
Completely, I am completely your doppelganger. I don't think life's worth living if you don't celebrate for no reason at all. I've been rewarding myself for fucking nothing.
Why are you drinking that beer? Because I fucking got up this morning. All right.
I love
cool,
that
man.
feeling more than anything.
I know, man. I need to work on it. All right. I think there needs to be a balance between the two of us.
I've fucking worked out. I ran 5 miles the other day, and I came home and ate pizza. 'Cause I was like, fuck, I deserve this pizza.
It just ruined the whole workout.
I like, most of the times I get on my treadmill right there, and I turn on TV with a bottle of wine on the treadmill. There's wine stains
That's
all over
awesome,
the treadmill.
man. That's awesome.
But wait.
I wish I was that way. I was this way in college. My roommates would throw a huge party, and I wouldn't drink because I'd be thinking about the game on Saturday. Because I always felt like I didn't have the skills to stay up late and party like they did, and drink and then perform well. I still feel like that.
Really? Mm-hmm. So what are your vices? Like what is your...
Before I had a girlfriend, it was girls.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Women.
So when you have a girlfriend, do you find yourself fucking hitting that little button the way the mice do with the cocaine?
It's a struggle for sure.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
God, that's so interesting. So what
Weird,
about
right?
like I can't. I literally.
I don't think I've ever talked about this before. For me, it's like especially if I have a fight coming up or if something goes bad. Like I love Cadbury Eggs. I fucking love Cadbury Eggs. And I had a fight right around when they came out, and I ate one. And I remember thinking like, I'm gonna lose the fight because I just ate 3 of these fucking eggs. That's how I correlate stuff.
I almost passed out.
Sorry, man.
I almost passed out.
Or like I would yell at my teammates. Like we'd lose a game and they'd have this huge party and I'd yell at them in college. Like, what are you guys celebrating? I'm like, life? We're in college? This is what we do?
Up.
Yeah.
Cadbury Eggs are the last thing on my list.
What?
Literally, I could not fathom.
Oh, you're a terrorist. So, yeah. Are you ISIS? Because Cadbury Eggs, it doesn't get any more American than Cadbury Eggs.
Cadbury Eggs are such a bizarre treat. Now I'm going to go have one today.
Donuts and Cadbury Eggs.
Donuts are my fucking... My daughters love donuts. I will wake up and go ride my bike over to Yum Yums, get donuts, bring them back. And I know for a fact I should not be eating donuts. And I know my daughters don't like jelly donuts, but I will buy 4 fucking glazed jelly donuts because I know I'm going to murder those motherfuckers.
Murder them, man. Have you ever had Randy's donuts?
No, where's that?
Life-changing. Have you seen Iron Man where he's sitting on top of a donut?
Yeah.
That's Randy's.
Oh, over by the 405?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I've been to Randy's.
Life-changing.
My buddy Croy took me to Randy's one time. He's like, pick me up at the airport. I'll pay for Randy's. I go, what the fuck's Randy's?
I'll pay for Randy's.
He's like, you'll thank me. So I picked him up at the airport, stopped, and I murdered
Life-changing.
6. Wait, so you don't eat till you get sick sometimes?
Like I said, if I have a reason to, I will. And it's rare, it's hard to make me depressed. I'm not a down guy at all. If I get depressed, the first thing I'll do is eat.
Like, are you a sugar guy or a salty guy?
Sugar guy, hate salt. I'll eat so much sugar. Like if I'm super down, I'll eat a lot of sugar. And this is gonna sound fucked up, but then I'll even throw it up.
I was about to say that. I was fucking about to say that. My buddy Chris Quinn would do that. My buddy Chris Quinn's like you, 6'4", big dude.
Yeah.
Should have had a career in some sort of sports, but was so good looking, pussy ruined him. Like, pussy ruined any kind of integrity. By the way, Chris, if you're listening to this or watching this,
Sorry, man.
I apologize. He's happily married now.
Yeah.
But you can still see the dog underlying in him. You can see that.
Oh, he looks like a lion at a zoo.
Yeah, he's a lion in a zoo.
He's just like chilling there.
Very happily married to Kate. I love Kate. I've known Kate forever. I've known Chris almost my whole life.
Monogamy's a beast, man.
Yeah.
Monogamy's a beast, especially if it's an alpha male. If it's an alpha male who has access, like it's a quote Callan says all the time. You're not going to meet too many Super Bowl MVPs with $100 million in the bank with only one Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, it's a struggle. It really is.
Chris Quinn, when we all lived in Tallahassee, he would come over and he would eat a full pepperoni and bacon pizza and then go out in the backyard and throw it up. And I was like, dude, that is bulimia. He's like, oh. And Chris is also a little bit of a mouth breather. He's like, only chicks can get bulimia. And I was like, no.
No, you have it.
Yeah, no, you haven't, Chris.
Yeah,
You're totally doing it.
No, that's it. We just did. Yeah, you have an eating disorder.
Yeah.
No, that's for chicks, man. Well, yeah, but if a guy does it, then it's called bulimia too, man. Yeah, no, I'm the same way.
He would come out in a towel. We lived through these two tri-delts, me and Eddie Fernandez, Obi, and Chris Quinn, and he'd come out in a towel all the time. He had amazing body. Honestly, a gorgeous dude.
Yeah.
And he'd just come out in a towel all the time, shaved chest. I didn't know we were having people over.
Like, whatever.
You would,
oiled up.
You would love this guy. You remind me of my buddy Hank.
Yeah.
So, like, there were a group of guys in Florida that we were all really tight. And Hank is like you. Like, real funny, but also a jock. Like, but was the funniest guy in the fucking locker room.
Yeah.
Like, just a real fucking light spirit. And you talk like him. You guys sound alike.
This guy sounds awesome.
But yeah, all those guys.
For me, I think it's like I don't know where it came about or why, but when you're constantly critiqued on your athletic performance all the time and your body and stuff like that, it's probably from that.
Do you think you'll ever let go of it?
No, I don't think I can. Like Callan on our show asked me, he said, when you do decide to retire, he goes, you're going to go one of two ways. You're going to balloon up to about 400 pounds. He goes, which I would put money on happens, or you're going to get super like shredded and in shape.
So what did you eat today?
This morning I had.
By the way, my stomach just grumbled.
You're starving
because I'm thinking
Cadbury eggs.
I'm getting a fucking Cadbury egg today.
Please post a picture of it.
I will be eating a Cadbury egg
for you at Brendan Schaub.
Fucking today, I promise you.
Hashtag don't feel bad, homie.
I will be mustache deep in a Cadbury egg.
This morning I had 4 eggs and avocado and a cup of coffee.
4 eggs scrambled.
Scrambled, yeah.
Oh, I love over easy.
Yeah, I mean I love over medium, but
oh really?
Yeah, but when I have to make it, it's whatever.
And so and then half an avocado. You said just for the good brain
the good
stuff?
fats. Yeah, so there's no carbs in that. So but you won't. It'll control your appetite because of the fats.
So tell me what that is. Well, I mean, like I'm trying to eat better, but like this morning I had a kale, grape, hemp protein, mean green shake with almond milk. That's my shake.
Yeah,
and then I have
that's good.
I take some vitamins, and then
what do you put in that though? Just kale.
I take
grapes?
two big handfuls of kale, a handful of grapes, do 4 scoops of hemp protein, and then this mean green, which is like a fucking.
This is on it. Is this on it stuff?
The hemp protein is.
Yeah.
And then the mean green I get at Trader Joe's, and then I do a cup of almond milk.
Yeah, you're
and
good.
And then throw
man.
some ice. That fucking breakfast locks me down, and I feel like I start healthy. I went and ran 5. I ran about 5 miles today.
That's dope, man.
Just jog, but I'm coming off a deficit of like a fucking. I've been in the red for so long, or in the black. Mm-hmm. Like when I go out of the country, I'm just fucking eating like a beast.
You're off. Oh, it's hard.
And I drink like a fucking monster. I'm also not drinking this week, which usually I feel like a superhero.
I don't know. See, that's the thing. People are. It's like I think they think dieting is very black and white, and I don't think it has to be.
Yeah, but you seem black. Like, so what will you eat for the rest of the day? Do you think about it? Do you already know what you're going to eat? Are there already things that
but I can go anywhere and make smart choices. The only time I get in trouble is like I was on this crazy diet, and then I went out with Callan, and he brought his billionaire friend in, and we were at like this crazy restaurant. I'm like, well, I'm not going to eat like a fucking 12-year-old girl here. I'm going to enjoy my night. So when I go out to dinner, sometimes I get in trouble.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I eat really, really clean.
So what are you going to eat for the rest of the day? Have you thought about it?
No, like I'll go meet up with a buddy after this for lunch and probably have some sort of fish and vegetables. That's it.
Yeah. And don't you ever like want for like do you ever have like so I did this cleanse. So the clean program, I did it for 21 days. I lost like 40 fucking pounds. I mean, it just fell off me.
Yeah.
And I realized
we just drinking juices and shit.
No, juice in the morning. Same juice I just told you about. Juice in the morning. Lean proteins. No carbs. No dairy. No tomatoes. Oddly enough, no coffee. No caffeine.
Can't do no coffee. I'll do any diet you want. Can't do coffee.
Yeah, I was drinking green teas, which had some caffeine in it.
Kind of helps, right?
Yeah.
I got an argument with a dietitian about coffee. But anyways, go on.
They say coffee's amazing for you.
Great for you.
Yeah,
people who drink coffee live longer than others. There's no reason to stop.
Yeah. And then I do lean protein in the day. Snacks were like rice, those rice
things,
rice cakes with almond butter.
Yep.
Love those rice rice cake with half an avocado.
Yeah, man.
With a little bit of, I put some pepper flakes on it. And then I'd do a shake at night. And 12 hours between shakes, tons of water, and it just poured off of me, and I felt globally better. I mean, I felt amazing. However, that first 4 days, I didn't realize how much my life is based on treats. My life is based on little baby rewards. Like, and I don't know if I changed my way of thinking, but like, I love when someone says, hey, do you want to go get a drink? And it's the time you shouldn't be drinking. That is, for me, better. Like, when you get people to be like at a Sunday brunch and you're with a bunch of people, someone like, who wants a mimosa? I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, hell
like,
yeah, mimosa.
My serotonin goes through my head, and I almost think I'm almost bipolar. I start going like, fuck, and I get to like a heightened state of like awareness, and I'm funnier.
Spidey sense.
Oh, I love it. Like,
So is yours alcohol, or is it more like mine's sugar and like junk food?
Mine's honestly, if you could really put it in the small category, is pizza. I cannot stop pizza.
Me neither. Don't bring a fucking pepperoni pizza in here.
There's a pepperoni pizza in my fridge, and this whole time I've been thinking,
Is it Totino's or what is it?
it's right behind Danielle's.
Never had
It's
it.
amazing. The other night, I worked out great. I did Rogan's. I didn't get too fucked up on Rogan's podcast, which is odd. Normally, I get fucking obliterated.
Yeah.
But we had like 4 beers. They were IPAs, and they were really nice. And I was at the same buzz Rogan's normally at when we get done. And I was like, nice. I came home, and I was completely here. And my wife's like, I'd like to go to dinner with a friend. I go to dinner. I'll take care of the girls. I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
And then 2 of my buddies said, I'd like to come over and drink. That gives me anxiety. When we have planned drinking, that I start going like, now I don't want to drink.
Why?
I don't know. Like this, when someone gives me a shot, I don't want it. Like I like spontaneity.
But if you did it yourself, you'd be good.
Like if I fucking got up after this interview and walked over to Pat's and got a shot, it would be the best shot of my life. Because I shouldn't be doing it. I like that.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I didn't like smoking cigarettes in high school. I didn't like it. However, if we went into the woods when we were up at fucking Young Life and Sal had a cigarette,
you're good.
And me, Cayman, and Sal and Ryan Quinn were like, I was like, that's the best cigarette of mine. I was like, I fucking love cigarettes, man. I fucking love this
so
shit.
Weird, man.
Yeah, I'm an impulse guy. I love impulse. I love spontaneity. I love when the wheels come off. And I think that's why I'm connected to the show I do on Travel Channels. I love when people go, fuck it. I love that feeling. However, I won't drink before I go on stage. I only drink on stage, and I won't drink in between shows. Once I'm off stage, I'm done drinking.
Then you're good.
And then I'm like, fuck.
Well, that's kind of that's a reward thing too, and you want to be on it.
Yeah.
Like when you're on stage, you want to be on it. You want to have any blunders. For me, it's I don't know, man. Like I wish I could relax, and I need to have the only regret I have, if let's say I retired today on my career, the only regret I had is I never like embraced and looked and kind of like soaked it all in. Like I remember beating guys and I just think about what's next. In camp, I was like, I can't wait to just get this fight over with. Does that make sense? So for me, it's hard for me to relax. So for me to put all my energy into the podcast and seeing how well it does, I get reward from that.
Well, you're like a type A personality. Do you shower every day?
Yeah.
See, I barely shower.
but not like I'll shower at the end of the day, or I'm not religious about it.
I have a hard time getting
very
my
sloppy
teeth brushed
too.
once a day.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like I'm like if I'm fucking like right now I'm on vacation, like I'm not working.
Yeah.
Like I'm just doing the podcast, and I'm not even doing stand up in the city, and doing podcasts, and I'm home with my family trying to be a good dad. I mean, I brushed my teeth because you were coming over, and I was like, I'm probably gonna give him like a hug handshake. I don't want him to smell that.
Yeah.
Like I'll maybe shower now. Like I'm a fucking pig.
And your wife's down with it. She loves you.
If we're gonna have sex, I'll shower. But like for the most part, I'm like, I'm the exact opposite. I feel like it's part of the reason I have a hard time. When I quit drinking, I don't have a hard time not drinking. I have a hard time knowing that I can't. Like I don't mind. I enjoy not drinking. I feel fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
And I won't want to drink tonight. However, if you had walked in with fucking 12 beers, my heart would have started racing. and that's when I say, well, that's why I'll never quit drinking, because those moments, I'll never want to let go of those moments. I'm never going to want to let go of a sunset with a margarita.
Are you getting less and less of those moments as you get older, though?
No, I get them all the fucking time.
Really?
Oh, I mean, I could tell you a fucking car ride I had. I mean, I could tell you times in life where I go. I had a buddy who was OCD in college, and he used to have this thing called the perfect cigarette. His name was Clint Munn. I probably shouldn't say his name, but fuck it. Clint Munn, and he was OCD about it, and he's like, the perfect cigarette needs to be the perfect song at night, driving through, a perfect country ride, the windows down just perfectly, and you light it, and that first hit to the end of it, to tossing it out the window, all of it's perfect.
Dang.
And I grasped onto that, and I said, there are times, and I'm a big sunset guy. I'm sunset, sunrise guy. I can remember times I had drinks like that in sunrise situations, or just in life, where I was like, there's nothing better than this buzz that I'm getting right now. I was in the back of a car driving through the Tuscan Hills in Italy with one of my best friends, Stacy, with an Italian guy driving and another guy up front that we didn't know, and we had a bottle of wine in the back of this fucking BMW, and I'm just I will never get more. I love certain times I have beers or drinks that are just, they just don't get better.
I don't, and I wish I had these moments, man. I can't think of any time in my life where I could
Costa Rica. Anytime I've ever been in Costa Rica, fucking having a cold beer on a beach in Costa Rica at the Envision Festival with the sun setting, and I'm done wrapped, I'm done shooting, and it's one of those tall ones, and I'm just fucking slugging it back. I mean, all throughout Asia, every time we got on a fucking train through Vietnam, I did a podcast. That first beer I had, it's like a beer after mowing the lawn. When you mow the lawn and you have a fucking cold beer.
I'm not drinking beer after mowing the lawn, man.
Oh, it's the greatest.
Dang.
Especially a shitty beer, like a Busch Light.
Yeah.
If you have a Busch Light, I look back at all the times my buddy, and I use this term all the time. I'm in DC. I got 2 shows on a Saturday night, and I run into my buddy Blair, the guy I was telling you that I was in class with.
Yeah.
And the teacher said, I run into Blair, and I go, "What the fuck are you doing?" He goes, "Marine Marathon. Shannon's up here doing it." He goes, "Hutch is in town." I went, "Shut up." And he goes, "Let's call Hutch. Let's go get cold beers." Called Hutch, and Hutch is like on a bike with his kid, and he's like, "B-man." I go, "Hutch, what are you doing?" He goes, "Nothing." I go, "I'm in town." He goes, "Fucking cold beers. Tell me where you are. I'm on a bike." That beer we had, like those 4 beers that we had before 2 shows. I never drink before a show. Best fucking, I love that shit. I love it. Now I'm into craft beers. My buddy Chad got me into craft beers.
You're super into beers.
It's spontaneity. It's the time when people let down. It's the time when people go,
relax.
Fuck it. Mm-hmm. I love that feeling. I love that fuck it feeling. That's,
See, to me, it's not about beer. Like if you had a box of Good and Plenty's candy, that would make me cry.
You are a national treasure. There's parts of you that I just go, that I totally get. Yeah. And then there's parts of you I go, how does it, like when you said you just put your head on the pillow and go to sleep, I haven't done that in like fucking 20 years. Just been like, good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
I'll be turning off the world for a little bit. Let's see what's on the other side of this pillow.
Sleep tight.
Yeah. I can't do that. I was telling Amy Schumer this one time. We were living in a house together for this reality show, and I was like, if they don't let us drink on this show, I'll lose my fucking mind. I go, I can't just be in a strange house with a bunch of people I don't fucking know.
Did they let you drink?
Sleep. Every comedian in the house was going to quit. They were like, you better bring beers in here or this show is done.
Yeah.
And so they brought beers in and we all drank. But and she was like, what do you mean? I said, I pass out. I fucking, all right, guys, that's it. I'm fucking holding on. Here we go. Oh, fuck. The bear is falling.
I think Rogan would know better, but I think edibles would help you with that.
No. I've walked down that road before, and it's a why can't I remember how I breathe?
Really?
Yeah, what the fuck's up with the breathing?
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and I literally I had to put back a bottle of wine. I had one of the best bottle of wines I've ever had in a very long time in this man cave. Get back from Vietnam, 33-hour flight here. Yep. I'm on malaria medicine, and I'm sleeping out here because I snore. I wake up, and it's like fucking 2 a.m, and I'm panicking, and my brain's spinning out because of the malaria medicine. And all of a sudden, this movie comes on about CBGBs, and the music is just, it's talking heads, and I'm like, and I get inspired. Open a bottle of wine, smoke a cigar out back, walking around like a crazy fucking man in this backyard, just smoking a cigar, listening to good music, and I'm like, this fucking feeling is amazing. I love that.
Wait, do you always sleep out here?
No. Oh. If my wife's got a busy day, I can't sleep if I sleep out here. I can't sleep because I just end up doing shit. But she's giving me this Flonase that's now over the counter.
That stuff helps.
I use it, and I haven't snored in 3 nights.
Snoring's bad, man. My brother's like a crazy snoring. He stayed the night, and he snores so bad I can hear him through the wall. I'm a light sleeper, man. It drives me nuts. Man.
We were in Louisiana on a houseboat, and they put everyone in our, like my 2 cameramen, my fucking sound guy, and these like 3 rednecks in one cabin, and we all have sleep apnea, and we all snore, and we were yelling at each other like, fucking roll over.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. You don't snore?
No, not at all. I think that's the only time I physically kill another man is if he's snoring that loud.
Really?
Yeah. Drives me nuts.
What was it like living in the house with all those dudes?
On the Ultimate Fighter?
There's got to be some deviated septums in that group.
Yeah, for sure. There's so many rooms, though. It was just me and one other guy. I knew he didn't snore.
Yeah.
And there was bunk beds. So we slept in bunk beds, stepbrother style.
That's
so
not
no one
bad.
really snored.
That's not bad.
Yeah, man.
Well, I feel like I feel like I got all my answers.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot of ground.
We covered a lot of fucking ground.
I have an eating disorder. I'm
an alcoholic.
Boy, are we different.
Tell everyone where they can find all your info.
Twitter, Instagram's at Brendan Schaub. The show is The Fighter and the Kid. You can get on iTunes, or if you just follow me on social media, I post and talk about it all the time.
Are you guys doing any fight companions coming up soon?
I'm sure. Whenever there's one that Joe doesn't do, we do them all the time. Yeah, there'll be a fight companion in March. So, and
go back. I'm going to post this today. I was just on Rogan yesterday, the day before. But if you listen to the podcast before that, it's Brendan and Brian. And there is a part where Brian's talking about getting molested. And you're laughing so hard, and you're going, I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing. And I could not stop laughing at that. By the way, all I thought was that is my all-boys Catholic high school.
Right.
There was no way you could be sensitive.
Dude, I was like, I don't know what to do. And B were talking shit to me on Twitter. I didn't know what to do. It's one of the funniest moments of my life.
But because it was a soft molestation.
Yeah.
It was like everyone's had one of those weird, Brian, you were like, is he ski poling you? Is he ski poling you? And Brian was being open and honest, and you, as his friend, you were laughing, and I couldn't stop laughing. And Brian's like, no, he did not suck my dick. And
he goes, he sucked Donnie's dick.
He sucked Donnie's dick. He did not suck my dick.
And I went, we need to find Donnie.
Yeah, I was howling laughing.
Dude.
It was a great podcast. You're so fucking funny. I have not listened to any of The Fighter or the Kid.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to any of them. I'm going to fucking download that today.
Do it.
I appreciate you coming out, man. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, man.
Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.